Love this.
Yes. Welcome to the Leafcast. We're a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and joining me, as always, is my brother, Dan.
What up, Ryan? Good to be here.
Oh, man. Got to bring the energy. This is episode 200. As we announced, we are covering Towers of Midnight. And this is episode 200. This is the last, 72 to the end of... What are the chapters, Brother Dan? I never know.
It's 52 through the glossary.
All right, yeah. 52 through the glossary. Glossary will be Patreon only. So if you've one of the lucky subscribers, you're going to have us delving deep into the... Hey, Katrina Bullock. Thank you. This is a special show. We have some secret guests that no one knows about. We have some old faces, some new faces. Let's start by bringing in, not the first time readers, Dan. Let's bring in our guest.
Our special guest, you are the best, you are the best. You wear a vest when it's cold or when you're boating, because it helps you to floating in rough seas if you fall over your ship, and you won't drown, hopefully.
Nice.
It's yes.
Oh, Joe's here? Oh, that's fine. That's
All
fine.
right.
That's fine.
I always wondered.
Beef, right? Let's get this beef settled. I know that you guys have had beef for years. I want it out in the open now. Let's just settle all this, guys.
Look, Joe ignores me at JordanCon. That's the beef.
I can see that.
That's basically what happens. And then he comes and talks to me at the end. He's like, "Hey, I saw you. I just wasn't going to come out and talk to you ever until now because you're leaving." That's basically what happens.
That's really the only time you're not surrounded by throngs, Matt. Literal throngs.
I think Joe's muted. Joe, are you muted? Or am I just not hearing you? Because that's how it is.
I was muted.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Joe.
I was laughing at what you were saying. I said, you're not supposed to reveal my secrets to the world.
No, we have no beef, man. We're too old to have beef at this point. It's spoiled. So
Yeah.
We
Matt is that we never have enough time to hang out.
exactly.
Yeah,
We
you
don't
guys
hang out
have
enough to have beef.
have hung out for so long that you have had time in your history to have had beef, to have squashed that beef, for the beef to have come back up, and now you guys are friends again.
Yeah, that works.
That's never happened though, because Matt's adorably nice to every single person.
Right.
It's really annoying.
It's a tough life. It's a tough life.
Matt, were you ever vegetarian, Matt?
No.
So you had no beef with beef.
I tried that. I tried for a little bit. I did.
Okay.
It was short-lived.
I understand.
Well, I'm glad you're here. You are in this book. We read that chapter a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
You're mostly a stout innkeeper, the strong innkeeper that's willing to crack some skulls if they look at your wife the wrong way.
Yeah, you know that. Those kind of people aren't really welcome to the Dusty Wheel, but everybody else.
Yeah, as one does.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Little known fact, Matt's wife is on every show. She's just hidden behind him. And he just won't. And if you look at her wrong, you're done for.
Yeah. There's so many bans, Ryan, from people just looking at her wrong.
I feel like I need that. What does it say I have? Like a cudgel or something?
Yeah, cudgel.
Like a cudgel back here or something. Like that's been missing.
I like that. Right, our readers.
No, I was just about to get there.
Right. First read a chat, y'all. First read a chat, y'all. We're gonna have a ball. Oh, and they're all reading. Look how many books there are, Ryan. There's 4
Wow.
books. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know.
And they all lived happily ever after.
You guys
Yes.
so cool.
What is
many.
up? Josh and
Look
Kay,
at you.
welcome back. Hello, I'm glad to see you. But gosh,
You too.
Yeah.
to Dory.
Brother Dan,
Yeah, what's up, Tom?
Leafcast. Awesome to see you guys.
I've missed
Thanks
it.
for having me
Dory,
Okay, Sadai,
who
Sadai.
started
Hello,
it
Roshua.
all. You paved
yeah.
the way, dude. Is my sound okay?
You sound
Carrie,
great. You look great.
hello, Carrie.
Thank you.
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie,
Hey,
the person who
everybody.
left because we were just reading too darn slow for her.
You know, I have a goal to finish my walk-on, so I
You
mean,
got
I don't know if you
this.
can see it, but like this is how much I have
Yeah.
left. In the
Oh
left.
Oh,
wow.
almost
Oh, good.
there.
That's
my
great.
I'm jealous.
I know we're like supposed to acknowledge Matt Hatch in the middle of this room awkwardly, but I'm not gonna. Whatever.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Super
Yeah,
not a
GK
big
Moon,
deal
you
for
are
me.
right.
I'm kidding. I'm so excited to have you here. I can't wait to ask you a Landfair question. So
Right?
Yeah.
just saying.
Matt's
What was your name?
making me. What's that? Matt's making me feel too well lit. I gotta do something about that.
Can we dim all the lights now?
Me too. Can I?
Tom
Here we
style?
go. I feel like that's
Really?
better anyway.
All right, Ro, hey, before we go too far, I do need this is
good.
the very first The Leavecast episode.
Oh.
This was we were not live. We were trying to make a podcast, and then we were like, "Oh, let's make it a video podcast." And then we're like, "Oh man, live's too fun," so we ended up moving live. But yeah, this is the very first introduction
Oh, dear
of
Lord.
Todd. Let me.
Oh, I missed that front.
Do we interrupt you, buddy?
Well, hello.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there, buddy.
Oh my God. It's a pleasure to be here, gentlemen.
Hi, Todd.
Look at that editing.
Oh my God, brother Dan. Smooth
So,
editing.
Todd.
Brother Ryan.
This is our first installment of our new segment. Todd, you've been following along. You agreed to start reading the book once I kind of announced we're doing this project. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
You are totally correct.
All right, so
Right.
we're just gonna
Look how young we look, Ryan.
I
You
know.
look like
I know.
babies.
I was gonna
Young
say you guys
Taylor
haven't
is-
aged a day.
Todd, do we have you to blame for the fact we have to have the book in front of our face at the start of every
I
show?
created that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all me.
Yeah.
For certain.
Fucking
Yes.
massive first time fail, but yes.
You're so welcome, Broshua. You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome, dude.
No, it's beautiful. You super paved the way. Like, okay, Todd. I was watching like a little clip of Ryan look at like old episodes, and Todd has such
Oh man.
such a like theatrical awareness. He like knows his framing and knows like,
I work on it.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be in this frame. So I'm gonna hold my book up and like he's just so fucking good. I love you, Todd. You're amazing. And I think like that attention to detail is not always super noticed. And you did a really awesome job.
Well, thank you, Kay.
I know. I know. His time. Yeah, your time in Whitebridge almost ruined your marriage.
It did.
So let me ask our well, I don't want hey, Ryan, let's come on. Let me ask our guest this question. So you guys, Joe, you've had a show since Jesus was knee high to
Yeah, the old
a donkey.
They used to. Our first podcasts were on those wax cylinders.
Yeah, there you go. Found it
Those are
in
the
Samaria, I believe. And Matt, you've been so there's what is the appeal for you guys for first time reader stuff? Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? Is it what are your thoughts about the whole genre, I guess, of this streaming?
I would say that first time reader podcasts, live streams, etc. Like you tend to delve into the books differently than we ever did. because we never really. I mean, I don't recall doing this for the 20 years of of even just like picking the books up when I did, and then to the end of A Memory of Light and all the Theoryland days. Like I don't remember us going chapter by chapter and analyzing like like all of the like the depth on a chapter basis, if you will. We were like more reading the book and going back and covering like scenes, or we were covering like theories from certain portions and then connecting like books together. But I've watched enough of them. I talked to enough of the the people who do these to know that like I just don't know the books in that way, and I think it's pretty cool. Like I'll watch and go like, oh, I don't know that I remember ever noticing that thing that you just mentioned, because that's not how we read them, right? We didn't consume the book that way. So I think it is something relatively new for me. I mean, maybe people back in the day were doing that, but I don't remember it. I don't remember it that way.
Well, we're blessed to have the whole series to look at from a literary critical perspective, right? So
yeah.
Even though we haven't read them all, we at least know that there's some sense of closure at the end and can bring that critical lens to it.
There you go.
Yeah, Matt, you have a first time reader kind of like episodes of your live stream, right?
Yeah, well, we brought the Will Weaves podcast on, and chatted about basically, but it's more like, even when we do that, we kind of just do a look back, but again, not from a chapter by chapter basis, right? It's like the book as it relates to the other books. So we're still looking at it. We're talking about it with them, but we're still looking at it in the lens of how I'm used to, which is like, okay, this thing's happening, this plot's happening,
right.
So yeah, but we do. I think there's an appeal there for me, just in perspective of understanding the thought process behind people that are really analyzing it differently than I ever did, which is fun.
Have you accidentally spoiled anything?
Good question.
Yeah, so I try really, really hard not to. Like I hate spoilers myself, and so I'm really good. I think this one time, Danny put out a theory, and I think I squashed it pretty hard accidentally. I was like, yeah, that's never going to happen. I don't know. I said something like, and I was like, or will it?
Yeah. Would that be cool?
Danny was like, no, I'm going to let that one go then. And I was like, oh, shoot.
I feel like that was very chill.
We've tried to have the mentality of don't answer questions, but question answers. And I've learned to just say right on a whole lot of times.
Yeah, I've always noticed that actually.
Let's go right on.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
I do this one. I do interesting, and I kind of just sip. My drink.
Well, it's good to keep your
smart.
facial expressions hidden.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I noticed that about being on this show. What was so difficult is these assholes are hiding off screen, and then my facial expression is out on the.
Yeah,
I know they have such the advantage. Such the advantage.
It's a useful.
Oh yeah, off screen, our jaw is dropping to the ground like commonly. We're like, "Auga!"
Yeah. Here's what I'm really doing.
You're just going like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The amount of the people that are
Ryan, I think you're naked
like,
all the time, right?
Like we leave the chat, we let them kind of like talk a little bit, and so the chat is often like, "Wow, he held his facial reaction to that one pretty well." Like I'm like laughing at what they're saying often, but yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Honestly, I think these guys only chose puppets to avoid that entire problem.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, right? Like, but. Yeah, that's
pretty much.
That seems to be like such a difficult situation.
It's all right. So it's so I can play Candy Crush while doing the show. Okay, fine.
Multitask.
Truth.
Come on.
Fine.
Well, this is too hard.
I have noticed that you've gotten a little more liberal with your discussing of ideas with us over the years, which I appreciate. It was much more of a hard line stance when I first came on. I appreciate the interactivity personally.
As did I.
As do I.
Josh, I tried to steer you wrong all the time, Josh and Kay. You guys get things right so often that I'm like, are you sure? Come
Okay.
on.
I
I would
mean,
kinda
we
know.
found out in these
Yeah.
chapters like that Josh Super got a lot of shit
We did
right,
get some
and
things
that
right.
is
Of course.
some
Of
of this
course.
stuff is like, yeah, exactly, Todd. Like, right? Of course he did. Of course he did. But it's also like,
Yeah.
what? What?
Right off
What?
the bat,
You knew
Josh
exactly like
called
from
Moraine.
that
Yeah.
interaction. It's amazing.
And he's
You're
like, I don't know,
amazing,
maybe he's gonna marry Maureen or something. Like all these things, you
I mean,
like
that
say
is
these
true. I called
things,
him
and I'm
married, but I
like,
didn't even talk about that one.
and
Yeah.
off screen, I'm
Oh.
like, oh god. But on
There's a
screen, I'm
spoiler
like,
for me.
right on.
Yeah.
I might have to
Right
get
on.
out of here.
Dan and I will text each other like mid-show and be like, Jesus, he just said that.
I'm a what a jerk.
Yeah. He's like,
You guys,
Dan was convinced you were cheating. I was like, no, I know this man's soul.
No, I'm not.
I definitely
I
did.
never
way.
did.
I don't
Not
even
a
watch other
chance.
Real Time content for that reason.
I never.
yeah, no,
did.
I would never think that Josh, like, no.
No,
No
I never
way.
thought that.
I guess that tells you something
It's
about
always
how.
pretty sus.
Totally outed you. He's little Dan
Yeah.
totally thought you were
I never
cheating.
did.
And I
thought
totally
Todd was
never thought
cheating.
you were cheating.
Todd was the one
I
who
just want the
cheated.
record to state.
Yeah, you thought I was sussy.
Sussy Todd.
Sussy from the beginning.
Sussy talk.
Sussy Todd.
Well, I mean, so we have like so many generations of first term. Again, 200 episodes, brother Dan. First off,
Amazing.
high five, high
Congratulations.
five. Where are we
Am I
going?
reaching the right way?
You guys are
Yes, you are.
Yes.
ridiculous.
Boom.
Look at your
All
little
right.
sticks clanking together almost.
So it started off with Todd. Our first episode was literally 18 minutes. I think it's like 14 minutes of talking to Todd, and then 5 minutes
So
of us
boring.
gushing about how cool that was. and then it progressed and progressed. Todd had to leave the show. Who comes in and saves the day? Kay Sedai. Let's bring her up.
What? What?
So Kay had to like.
What?
She may have skipped entire books just to get caught up, but she got caught up.
No.
No, she crammed. She got out. She crammed, boom, and then Kay kept
Called
the show
cramming.
going strong.
Yes, you
You did, yeah.
And those were the days. And
Hey,
then
those were the confusing days. Yes, that was when I could totally finish a thought and also a sentence. So you're welcome, early watchers. Don't go backwards, okay? Do not go backwards.
Sometimes
Don't
that's
go
hard.
Go forward. We go forward.
You know, if I knew we were doing a reunion, I would have asked Malkia Robb to be on. I would have asked
Yeah.
Tom DeSimone to be on. I would we've had a lot of people associated with our show just in general. Just looking at the screen, I'm very happy. You know?
I know. And then chronologically, then Josh joins the show.
Josh
and
changed the
Josh,
entire
hi.
world of first.
Yeah,
Hat
so
off, Josh.
we were like a more it went from like slapstick to
yeah.
like existential
Talking more Gnosticism than I ever thought we would. Right?
That's true. We talked.
yeah,
about
we had a lot of numerology. Yeah, so Josh and I used to be in a band for many years. We played together. I think we averaged 14 hours a week for 7 years. So Josh and I needed to do something creative. Josh joined the show. Boom, the show takes off. And then, last but not least,
Yeah.
Step 4, prophets.
Carrie joins.
Best note taker ever.
Didn't I start with like Crossroads of Twilight or something? It was a really crazy, boring.
Oh yeah, you came into the doldrums. No, so Carrie was in chat. No, guys, everyone, rules are meant to be broken. We were like first time readers don't watch the show. She was way behind in the show. She constantly was in chat saying hi. We encouraged her.
And then
Catch
I
up,
left
Carrie.
Yeah, we're like.
I was like, catch up to the book. Literally, we'll have you on the show. And that's exactly what happened. She caught up with us. She joined the show. How was it? 2 full novels you were with us? 2 full books?
It might have been 3. What's after?
It might have been 3.
Crossroads of Twilight and then Gathering Storm.
And we did Knife of Dreams.
Knife of Dreams.
And Knife of Dreams.
So I
Oh,
did-
okay, yeah,
we did 3.
All right, 3 books. Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
that was a huge commitment. And then we all went full circle. And we're probably all here because of Matt Hatch, which is an odd way to tie you in. But
I like it,
we
right?
definitely, both Brother Dan and I, literally were watching you before I even thought of doing a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The day I heard the announcement that there's going to be a television show, I called my brother and I was like, man, we used to love watching Game of Thrones theory videos and discussion shows. So we're like, hey, let's just do what we love watching for real time. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Turns out, I meet Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern. He was a huge help to the beginning of this show.
Yeah.
And we joined this amazing community. But you were one of the first shows that ever interacted with us on a major level, right? Am I right, Dan? You had us on
sure
very,
is.
very early on. I remember
Right,
What Up.
Yeah, I would say that, Matt, you have set a. I'm sorry, Ryan, I interrupted. Please.
No.
Go ahead.
I was rambling. No, I appreciated the help. I was fumbling, and then you picked up the ball and ran with it.
Thanks.
So go.
I've always been impressed by how open your show has been to people who are just starting out, how you've tried to get different points of view, get different, just a lot of variety on your show. And don't even get me started about the parodies, because that's an entire universe of its own. Just you having a talk show itself where people can call in and talk to you, and you having a somewhat, you're pretty famous within this community, and just the access that people have to you and through the show is, I've always thought is awesome. You've always been welcome. You've welcomed us with open arms. I've always been very, very grateful to be your friend and to know you.
I appreciate
I mean, look at this.
Dang.
That's true. Daniel Green did leave. Daniel Green was really welcoming to me and to the community too, which a lot of people found out about the Dusty Wheel, I think, because people are away too. No, I mean, that's always the point of the Dusty Wheel, was always to come back and engage with fandom. Because the show is coming out, it gave a new life to go out and kind of talk about things, but obviously ended up being books and show. And yeah, it's been fun. I learned a lot of lessons from my days in Theoryland, and I had a very particular I had a very particular idea about what I wanted for the Dusty Wheel, and it's very much what you just said, which was just to have a welcoming space for fans who are of good intent to come and talk about what they love, and be hardcore fans with me in ridiculous ways, like we do at the Dusty Wheel. So I'm glad people jumped in and started making their own content like you guys have.
It's one of our goals is to help other smaller content creators, but it's hard to find channels that are smaller than us. So we're waiting. We're waiting for someone.
But Matt, Amazon couldn't have picked a better ambassador to bridge the show and the fandom, and I was really glad that you were on stage with all the actors, that you got to travel around, and I just the whole thing, I was just really, I don't know, just happy for you, man. It felt like there was dreams being made true,
Yeah, I think I said this recently. I've had more, there's nothing I could ever ask for to have more of, as far as being a fan of material and then having interactions among that fandom and the material itself, than I have in the last 27 years. So it's been a blast every time there's something new or fun to do. And that when I get to take part, it's always just kind of adding icing on the cake of just fun stuff I've been able to do as part of this. And it was never the intent to have those big moments, but it's fun that they've come and I've been able to be part of them.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah, I would say that real quick, and then I want your line for a question, because it's going to be So Matt, I would say one of the untold sad aspects of this cancellation of the show was the dying of the dream of you being on the show. I think, like, literally, we were 100%.
If anyone, yeah.
We were convinced.
I couldn't have had any speaking lines because I'm not a good actor in that way. It would have been just somebody, an extra in the background. No, I don't feel
you're
bad.
Really uncomfortable in front of a camera, Matt.
Yeah.
You should just have someone look at your wife. Yeah.
You should never feel bad. You should never feel bad in the sense of, like I said, I've had way more crazy things that I've been able to participate in than I could have ever wanted. So no, that was never the goal. I know some people brought it up, but it was never something I thought would actually happen, and nothing to feel bad about. There's always fun new turnings and things to come in the decades to come for everybody. Hopefully there's a lot more Wheel of Time in in the next, I think I got at least hopefully 30, 40 years left. So I'd love to see some more Wheel of Time stuff. I do have to, unfortunately, run. I do want to bring up something Towers of Midnight related. There's like so many good things. Obviously, the Dusty Wheel comes from the Towers of Midnight, but the Dusty Wheel and the Towers of Midnight comes from Fairyland. But there's one piece I don't know that everyone's familiar with, but and this was something I shared a long time ago, but it had to do with a deleted scene that Brandon Sanderson wrote as part of the beta reading copy that I got sent because I was one of the beta readers on Towers of Midnight. And he changed the text in that beta read copy of the document that I got compared to one everyone else received. And he wrote the only approved fan fiction that I'm aware of that Harriet kind of greenlit and said, yes, you can write this and send it to Matt. And it's a really funny scene. There's a YouTube clip of it. So if you want to go watch it, you can just look up deleted scenes for Towers of Midnight beta. And I had Michael Kramer read it, which is really cool that he read the scene. And it's really, really funny. And it has to do with a character I don't like and a comment that I made to Brandon about killing that character and that he should kill that character. And so in this fake scene that he wrote, he killed the character, and he had me because I thought it was real because I was reading this document like it was the real beta, and I initially read it and I thought it was real, and it took. But
he was trolling you.
Yeah, he was trolling me. It took me like reading it twice to realize he was trolling me, and I found out later that his whole team, they were like
sinister,
wondering. It took me 7 days to get to that scene because the way I did the beta read was like I was commenting on everything I ran into. I didn't read it all the way through and then go back. So it took me 7 days, and they were wondering if like I noticed, and I finally got to it. They're like, oh my gosh, Brandon was wanted to know, like, he's like, why hadn't I gotten back to him? Why hadn't I said anything about it? And it was hilarious. So if you have never heard it, you should go listen to Michael Kramer's version of it. And I do one without commentary where it's just Michael Kramer, and then I do one video with commentary. I don't believe there's any spoilers. This is always like the weird thing. I don't believe there's any light spoilers. I'm pretty sure there's not, but you may be somebody in chat that's like listened to it. I'll put the link in chat here. This one's that one's the one with commentary. It won't show up as a link in there, but I'll try to drop it into Discord later. But anyways, it's a really fun thing to come from Towers of Midnight, a really funny moment in
And I love the thought of it being like a 7-day long prank, and they're like, why is it Matt?
Like,
and they're all getting fidgety. They're like, is that Matt? The phone rings. They're like,
well, they were wondering if I had even noticed, like if it had just if I had just gone by me and I believed it was true. So but yes, it's a really funny thing. Like I said, you can do that one has commentary of me talking about how this all happened, which I just basically quickly explained to you. There's one without commentary where you can just listen to Michael Kramer and Kate. I think it's just Michael Kramer read it. And so I think that one, I don't know if I can find it here before I go. Somebody can find it on my channel, I'm sure.
I'll have to wait until after the next book, but I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really
Josh,
funny.
We all know you read ahead. It's all right.
I haven't read the next book yet. Sorry.
All right, actually, Matt, real quick, do you see on your screen where it says private chat?
Oh yeah, I can drop it in there. You're right.
Yeah, that would be really helpful. Because once we get spoiler people out of this channel, then I want to watch this for everyone.
I will.
No,
Might
that
be
sounds fun.
dangerous for me.
Yeah. We'll boot your ass out soon.
Yeah. Todd doesn't get to stay.
I'm gonna throw the one in here that has
It's
no
my
commentary.
doing.
So it shouldn't be spoilery because it's just a fake scene, and it's a scene from. It's an actual scene from Towers of Midnight. So,
All right.
it's just a modification to the scene from Towers of Midnight.
Everyone, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button,
Smash that button.
smash
There you
it.
go. The one I just sent you here in private chat is the one without commentary. So there
Right.
there's not a chance for spoilers there because he's just again reading a scene from Towers of Midnight, but they've changed
Deleted
facts of what happens in it, and it's very, very funny.
This is great. I'm excited.
But thank you very much for having me on. I'm so Towers of Midnight is one of my favorites in my top 5 of the series, and there's just like some great stuff in Towers of Midnight, and we'll always love the book. So thank you very much for having me on. Congratulations on getting to here. Carrie, you need to finish it, A Memory of Light, before you got this, WatCon. And congratulations on 200 for the first-time reader. That's awesome. And so, keep
Matt
doing
Hatch,
it.
you've always been like the most amazing person, like on screen and in person, and just so consistently, like just your incredible, awesome self. Thank you for being such a kind person in the community. I think that's really important. So just wanted to say that. I do have a land fear question, but I will ask you some other time.
Yeah, sounds. I will. Yes, ask. I'll come back. I'll come back, and we can maybe have like a land fear redux or something. So
that would be amazing because a lot happened with land fear, and honestly, I have questions for you. I want to talk. I want to
have comments.
Sure. Oh, that's right. Because right at the end of this book is when land fear goes into Rand's dream.
Aaron.
So
okay, that's okay. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, we want. All right.
Well, thank you all. Have a good evening.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great night, Matt.
Good night.
Bye.
I guess
All right.
real fast, if I can, real fast. I want to thank everyone for their kind thoughts and support. My son yesterday, his house. There was a house fire, starting in his room, electrical fire, and everyone's okay. The dogs got out. But he couldn't save anything, and the firefighters came, and all their stuff is gone. So there is a GoFundMe that has been set up. You can find it in our Discord. And so if you feel so inclined to check it out, we appreciate it. But if not, just think good thoughts, or even just right here in the chat. His name is Riley. Say, good luck to Riley, and I'll screenshot it and send it to him that you guys are thinking of him. So, I appreciate it, and I thank you all. This community is awesome, and it's a shitty thing to lose all your stuff.
That's so scary. And there's been so much fire stuff like this year, right? And oh my gosh.
Which son number is this, Dan?
This is my eldest. This is Riley.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so scary. I'm so glad that everybody's okay.
Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate everyone. You guys are all great. And you've been helpful. So thank you so much.
Guys, honestly, if they could use nothing but a fresh cup of coffee during this time, that's so helpful. To lose everything is so scary. At least they're okay. Am I choppy? I know my face is choppy, but
no, your voice is fine.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Katrina. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we love you, Trina. We love you, Riley. Sorry this happened. It really sucks.
You, Dan, you have the most incredible children too. So that nothing bad should ever these unfortunate luck situations. They just should never happen to
I agree.
I just I can't stomach it. You got good kiddos. Hats off to you.
Thank you. You're so nice.
And Miss Grace, beautiful one.
Yeah. So, anything new in your life, Carrie? Anything? How's your karate coming?
Oh, I don't know if you heard, but I stopped doing that. It was just getting too difficult, and they were trying to level me up too fast, and I didn't feel like I could keep up, and I didn't
Did
want to
you
make
break
a
a
fool of
hip?
myself.
No. You're
And plus, it was
fine.
expensive. You know, I'm broke. I gotta save money. So
Yeah.
That yeah.
but hey, I freed up my Saturday mornings now. So
And you can still kick my ass right now. Like right now, you can kick my ass. No problem.
yeah, I still remember some
Yeah.
basic self-defense.
Hey,
No.
everybody, watch your asses at WatCon because
Hell yeah.
Carrie's gonna be there.
Yeah. If I'm walking
Or
around next to
just have her
Carrie
by your side all the time.
all the time.
Other than that, you know, I've been really busy reading this big last book of Wheel of Time, and I'm so excited for Josh and Kay to get to this book because it is nothing like I've ever pictured it to be. And I don't want to say anything spoilery, but let's just say it's like fast paced.
That book cooks.
I mean, even just the last couple chapters, I feel like it went from like a 7 to like an 11 in terms of speed, which is a little disappointing. It actually was one of the negative. I walked away with some negative feelings about the pacing at the end of this book.
Okay.
Like Power of Genji getting condensed into like 3 chapters felt a little lame. And the last chapter and epilogue, like, it just left me wanting more and more fulfilling and more filled out text than we got. And I could definitely feel that there was a fire being lit under Sando's ass to get these books completed.
Yeah.
And that's a little frustrating, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. I hear
that.
Yeah. I noticed that the pacing did certainly get faster as well.
It did.
Hold on.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hello,
Sure.
Gary.
That's not working.
I'm wearing my original bracelet, you know.
Oh, she's so lucky. You're so that's good improv, Carrie. Good improv.
What are you trying to do, right?
I'm trying to put the drawing up on the screen.
Yeah, you're
like
just
a new addition
Here,
here.
yeah,
Drawings.
do that.
Oh my god.
Why is
look
I
at that.
can't make
Look
it?
at that. Holy
Hold on.
fucking shit.
So
This is
cool, man.
okay.
This one.
Seriously, Joe? Seriously?
It's awesome.
Seriously? I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
give you
here we
so
go.
much shit for doing this so
There you go.
quickly.
There it is.
Look at me.
So
Look at
I've been doing
us.
all that.
I'm gonna give you so much shit for doing this so fast.
That is
great.
so
That's
great.
incredible.
Yeah, it's
Look
awesome.
at Todd's face.
I
Look
know,
at the
I'm like,
plant size compared to Dan. It's
look at
perfect.
me. I'm looking at
Oh
I'm
my
looking at their
gosh.
felt faces. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Feeling their
felt
felt.
faces.
I'm
The
feeling their
ancient
felt.
times.
Oh my god.
I feel their
That's-
felt with my eyes. No.
Look at Ryan.
Thank you,
I know.
Joe. That's awesome.
I couldn't figure out how to. I was the first 10 minutes. I'm at an angle because I couldn't figure out how to fucking straighten my dude up. Dan's big joke was to go hide behind the fern.
I'd go hide behind the fern all the time. And Ryan's like, you look like you're doing your show in a doctor's office. I'm like, yeah,
Totally,
maybe.
dude.
So Dan, you were like 2 puppets in a fern.
It has been fun to watch your puppeteering skills
There you
improve
go.
as well.
Yeah, Ryan is at
Yes.
least upright and straight now.
I know. Look at that. He's all creeping in from the corner of the frame.
Joe,
Oh,
that looks like the
goodness.
Dali Don Quixote line sketches that you're drawing back there. I love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that really
That's
does.
Oh,
awesome.
I totally see
Battle
it.
Some
That
windmills.
really does.
There's a
Josh,
windmill being tilted at back there, yeah.
That's so spot on.
Some serious Don Quixote.
All right.
Knowing that, fucking Todd knows Les Mis. Okay, people.
That's right.
People.
You know
Who
it.
doesn't?
Todd Todori
Dude,
was
24601.
full on belting it out, belting it. Okay,
Dude,
Josh.
Jean
No, no.
Valjean. Jean Valjean's
Oh.
the shit, man.
Todd's an amazing
24601.
musician and scholar.
I try my best.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that
John
happened.
Joshua, I try.
I wish you were Josh.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Wish you would step up your game, Josh.
Yeah, I wish.
If only I could live in Todd's shadow.
If
I would be
only.
I'll let you.
I guess I
live
am
my
in your shadow kind of right now, I suppose.
Yeah,
You're exactly living in Todd's shadow.
come live in my shadow.
Come live.
He paved
right.
the way for us first-time readers to
He
not
paved
like
the path.
blast through every chapter. And
I really
and-
wish you would bring up one of those scenes of Todd doing the like in-world storytelling.
Oh man,
All right,
that was
I'll find-
going.
Stuck in the book.
I reached so far with that.
So good.
Oh,
So good.
So far. I did it straight
Todd.
face too. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Todd's got
I
a
did.
pod.
You did.
voice.
I mean, that's some of my first exposure to the podcast was watching you get into those scenes. I loved it so much.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
No,
I love
seriously.
It that you loved it. I love it that you loved it, dude. I
He's
loved
so
it
right,
that
though, because-
that's inspiring, dude.
It was totally inspiring.
I miss
Something
that
about you
voice.
saying that 3 times made it sound so disingenuous.
Say it one more time and we'll believe
I loved
you.
it. I did. I loved it. I did. I loved it.
I really
Really did. I loved it.
Awesome.
It was so.
Todd, how's you're still in your band?
No, I'm jamming with Ryan.
Oh,
We're trying to put stuff together. I mean, very loosely.
When?
Right,
When
Ryan?
are you jamming with Ryan, Todd?
Oh, whenever
Next
you're not-
week.
You next
What do we do?
jamming
We
with
do like
Ryan.
we had a moment where we were jamming like maybe it was like every other week for like a
Yep.
couple of
I
months.
know. Dude,
No, Ryan had
Todd,
some great
yeah,
bass lines.
amazing. Oh no, you
Oh.
both, you all together. You guys all. This is the thing about this group. You all know each other like super amazingly. Well, some of you do. Well, and when the music comes together, it's absolutely astronomical, and I'm so happy to be in the house
Yeah.
during those times because you guys do some freaking epic things.
it's really cool when a jam
I'm glad you
starts to melt together.
It is. And I mean, that's a testament to Ryan's ability to like maintain these relationships. I mean, a musician relationship, co-relationship is like any kind of romantic relationship. I feel like there's ups and downs and
Oh, yeah.
difficulties, and it takes a
Yeah.
certain type of personality and personalities to keep it going. So,
I agree with
cheers to you, Ryan, for your successes in that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
totally.
Absolutely. Cheers. to
Jesus,
that.
I'm gonna start crying, guys. Jeez.
Gosh, you're right.
You know I
It's
love
like
you, buddy.
a really important
I want to
part
see
of
tears on the felt.
No, but he does
Oh.
that so well, and I don't think anybody really speaks to that. So that's awesome.
Bella.
Oh,
Sorry, I was running from my feelings.
yeah, I can tell. So you hopped on the first Shaggy Mare you could find.
I'm out of here, Two Rivers.
All right. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have Kay here, we have Carissa here. I mean, we have
oh yeah.
Sarah here, we have Todd here. Let's get moving.
Yeah, you find this. I mean, you can stick around there. None of this is going to really make sense to you, Todd. But if you want to hang out for the party,
Todd, where are you
anyway-
at? Have you read anything since you came off the show?
No, nope.
Dude, I'm languishing in book 6 still. I just started it though a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into it.
Nice.
I'll
No
keep the
shame,
rules.
Todd. We love
Yeah.
you. Gosh.
These
Understand.
chapters are spoilers, so I don't know if you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's say.
I'm gonna
Let's
duck
say
out.
goodbye.
I want you here. I want you here. I
Like
want you
if
to
you were
say
me-
I don't
Dad.
care about spoilers.
You'd
Right.
never remember this whole episode, and you'd be
But-
okay afterwards.
Brother
You'll
Dan, I
just
would
black
love
out,
to do it.
and then you'll just forget everything that happened and everything that was said, and you'll continue reading on, and it'll be fine.
Someone hypnotize him.
It's like some Black Aja stuff, right? Some
Man.
Black Aja powers.
Well, if you're gonna dip, you can dip. I don't mind. I'll say bye to you now, and you can stay and you can leave. We can hang out, but we'll start talking about the books regardless. But thank you, Todd. I love you so much, and I miss you.
We
Dude, I
love
love you,
Todd.
brother Dan. Ryan, Sadai, Broshua, everybody, the Leaf Cast. Miss you all.
Miss you too,
I'll
buddy.
try to catch up. I'll try my
God.
darndest to catch up.
Binge
We'll
the
see.
books like we wish we could have. You know
That'd
what I
be
mean?
amazing.
You are loved by
Binge it
people.
up to this point, and then just join us next friggin' I don't know, in a few weeks. We love you. Cheers.
I love you
Cheers,
all.
Cheers to Dory Beach.
Yeah. All
Enjoy your
right.
evening.
So we are doing chapter 52.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, John.
Bye.
All right.
That was
Chapter
nice having
50
you here.
Yeah, heck yeah. There we
What? Okay, can that be your
Oh my
new
God.
logo? Like, what's
go.
happening?
I kind of want a
It's a really
t-shirt.
cool
though.
logo, yeah.
Honestly,
Joe,
Wait,
how-
Todd's still here? Todd's still here.
All right, John, yeah,
New
good, good.
logo.
Yeah, I love it.
months. Joe, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
All right, so chapter 52 is the first chapter we're talking about today. It is called Boots.
Boots.
It has the sun, the Kyrian sun icon, and it's an Elaine point of view. Elaine is, and we'll rush through this chapter. Elaine has her people. They take a gateway to Kyrian. There's some Kyrian lords there with the army, and they're like, "Hey, we're here to escort you." And she's like, "Rad! This is much better than me just walking in with Andorn soldiers, because then it looks like I'm trying to
An invasion.
invade." I do have a Taishar. Actually, you know what? Let me see. I have a couple in this chapter, so we'll do them all at one time.
I found my book, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, Ryan, pop me up real fast. Sorry.
Damn, bud.
I wanted to show Matt the Taishars, but he couldn't wait.
Oh, he's a busy, busy man.
That warmth again, pulsing from the knot. Taishar. All right, I got another. All right, this one, Ryan. I don't know. All right.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, shit.
wait.
Oh,
Oh.
back, but inside she seethes.
Okay, how many sentences did you chop that
Taishar.
out of? Seriously. Down.
That was
down.
one sentence, but I chopped up a word. I took back from horseback. It was supposed to be Elaine nodded to her Wrigley from horseback, but inside she seethed. So back, but inside she seethed. I like it.
So did you do Elaine feeling that warmth again, pulsing?
Yep. From
Yeah,
the
that
knot.
one's good. That one's really good. Elise cocked.
Oh. No, she didn't.
Taishar, indeed.
That's great.
So they get to Kyrian. Kyrian is still war torn, guys. There's black scars all over the walls. I don't know where that happened from. Fires, I guess. They were burning walls.
Fires
Anyways,
of Heaven?
the fires of what?
Wasn't it that in Fires of Heaven where there was like a battle outside the city or something?
Yeah, but I mean, so they don't have power washers. How do you just wait for rain to? I mean, you're not washing walls, right? You just let that shit stay.
There's one more here. Taishar.
Oh, is that Ryan?
Oh, we're ready?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Boom. I'm excited.
Elaine found herself holding a tight grip as Lofstrom moved his stallion.
Oh, yes. That
Josh,
was
I think you just have to remove your beanie when you're doing Taishar.
no, that was perfect. How dare you?
I'm sorry. How
Those are
dare
vulnerable
I
those are
critique?
vulnerable
Look at his little
moments.
blushy face. I know he's all like, oh.
Elaine writes in.
You're a bite.
She's like, this is a wounded city. The people, you know what? God damn it, they need me. They want me. Listen to them. They're mostly cheering. There's a couple jeers. Someone threw a tomato. It's
To be
okay.
expected. Mhm.
Yeah, but they need a firm ruler. Fuck yeah, this is gonna be just fine.
Dan, hold on for a second. This is a very good question. Is there a Tyshar origin story? Did it start before or after episode 100?
There's no true story except for we always recognize the
That he was a
sexual
perv.
innuendos. Yeah, every time he was
Subtle perv,
fingering his belt,
Hilt.
every time they were
Fingering the
knuckling.
hilt.
Yeah, everything
erect.
like that.
Jerk
So,
direct.
Jerk direct, yeah. We just started like acknowledging.
We'd be like, hey, drink, like you would be with your boys. Be like,
It was a
drink.
drinking game, yeah. And then I started calling it a drinking obligation, but I didn't like that phrase, so I just shifted to Tyshar. Yeah.
Tyshar itself, though, is after episode 100 for sure.
Tyshar was after,
Yeah.
but I think
Maybe-
drinking obligations was before.
Before, I agree. Yeah,
I think that was with Todd.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that makes
Sure.
sense.
Just,
Yeah.
And we
hey,
just
guys.
get trashed. me, you, and Todd just getting drunk on camera.
Todd's like jerk erect. What?
Luz Jr.
Oh,
has a flow chart there. It might be worth putting up.
Okay.
A flow chart? Are you
Yeah.
talking about a drinking obligation flow chart?
Yeah, right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's sexy.
Sexy. Jesus
Evolutionary process.
No, I was like, I thought you were joking, but I forgot who our audience is for a second, and then I was like, oh my god, that's perfect.
Bunch of nerds and engine
There's a
nerds.
flow
and-
chart. Of course, there's an immediate flow chart.
Moon Shadow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this has been an emotional night so far.
Yeah, Moonshot. Thank you.
If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd be balling on camera. All right. I'm gonna go help the kid. I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, you are okay.
So Elaine walks in. She's like, "Hey, nice city you have. I think I'm gonna have it." They're like, "Hey, yeah, this place is yours." They said, "Quote: Let it be known that the Lord Dragon gave you all rights and claims to this land. All formal control he has over the land is ceded to you, and the position of steward over the nation is dissolved. May you rule in wisdom and peace."
This is so shallow. Yeah.
She's like, "Fuck you, Randall Thor. I got this." But she's like,
Whoa.
"Oh yeah. I hope we're gonna be awesome because this is what the dragon wants, right?" And then people are like, "Yeah."
Isn't the irony that this is exactly what she did to Perrin? I love the fucking payback here. There was a part of me that was like, "Fuck you, Elaine," in this scene.
Because the last time we saw
This
her,
is what she
was
does
like,
to Perrin over the two rivers, right? She's like, "Oh, why don't we make it seem like Rand gave it to you, and the grant that we're giving it to Rand, and he's going to appoint you, and like this whole kind of dismissive cup game."
That's a great point.
So I don't know. There was a bit of payback here that made me really feel good.
That's a great point. I'm gonna pop this like that. By the way, we'll
so
go ahead
nice.
and talk like
Oh
this.
my god. Look at that. Cheese and rice. Joe. Good.
She's like, "All right, cool. Thanks, everyone. This is a cool city you have here. This is your throne. Yeah, this throne does look shitty. No wonder Layman wanted a new seat. I'm just gonna go sit in this. All right, everyone, time to sit. It's time for me to sit. Now I'm gonna sit. And Brigitte's like, "Not yet. Let me test those royal buns first." She's checking the seat. What? She finds a needle with poison on it. It looks like maybe it was black at the end. Guys, did Brigitte plant? Did she plant evidence?
Well,
I mean, she's a cop, so maybe.
Like, I'm gonna have my dog sniff your chair. It alerted. Oh, looks
it did
like
sound
I found
alarmingly
evidence of a needle. Yeah,
it did sound alarmingly like the needle that was prepared by the Shanshan shadow soldiers for Bryn.
Right.
And that made me wonder, like, is that intentional, or is it just that a needle with poison on it always looks like a needle with poison on it? But the idea of the Shanshan doing this and having a plot within the Game of Houses in Kyrian, which is where the wasn't Kyrian where the Shanshan were housed originally? No, that was where the battle was, where Rand appeared in the sky.
Falma,
right? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know if this was a reference intended as a reference to that or not, but it did make me think about it.
Carrie, can you comment without spoilers?
About her assassination attempt?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it would be there's so many people that can't stand Elaine, including the readers. I would say it would probably be like a lord or a lady, in the houses when she ascended. She had so many enemies when she became queen. So I would think it would be one of those people that would want her dead.
You would think that that's not a very sly way to kill someone. They're gonna sit and go, "Oh!" I mean, there's
plenty of explanations that it could be someone. It could be, as she assumes Lostrum, or any of the. She's been talking for several chapters. The last chapter she's been in about how she has to watch herself around these folks because if she dies, they can take both thrones from her, right? So,
yeah.
Kay, do you think this is Dark Friend shit, or is this just weird Kyrian
Game of Thrones?
Game of Houses kind of stuff? Oh, you're muted, sweetie.
Thank you.
There you go. Sorry.
Thanks. No, thank you. I just would have continued on and it would have been quiet for a minute. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's Game of Houses or if it's Dark Friends stuff. I thought though when I read it initially, I just assumed it was like a Forsaken type of situation. To be honest, I assumed it was or somebody working for them, like a very motivated by the dark side, though not necessarily somebody that's just fighting against them and trying to annihilate enemies. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense. Okay. When Brigitte's like, "Let me check your cushion," Elaine's like, "You're embarrassing me. Oh my god. Oh god.
Don't tend to me like that. No."
She's all, "I eat your food. I drink your titty milk. I do everything."
I mean, I like it. I like that point, actually, Kay, that, we do know that both the Shanshan and the Forsaken were trying to assassinate Elaine. So this is yet another piece, right? That,
Yeah. So I wasn't sure. It felt like maybe it could be exactly Shanshan, but it feels more like.
I guess Egwin was also being targeted by the Shanshan as well for assassination.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. They're both kind of in the same way. But also there's those people that are having those glazed over looks.
Talking about in the Black Tower?
Is that where they were?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, then no,
If
not.
we're talking about from these chapters, that's then yes.
No, but there's okay. Well, maybe, but maybe also maybe not. So we'll see.
The Aiel, those Aiel we see at the end also kind of have a glazed look to their eyes.
Oh yeah, yep. The Aiel, but as do the who Androl thinks was on his side, the guy who traveled with with Logain. Thank you. God, those names are too similar.
Honestly, why are they so similar though? In our head, like
the blood Aiel,
the AI.
This is again why it's so frustrating. We haven't gotten to see inside Mordor. Okay, excuse me.
How dare you?
Mordor.
Shia Ghul. Like, are there just thousands of Aiel or millions of Aiel in Shia Ghul with fucking filed teeth? Is there an orc army of Aiel? All right, we'll get to that later. But
yeah,
the pacing was just so fast in that, like.
So Elaine's like sits in the chair. She's like, this chair sucks. Thanks for the chair. I'm going to take all your armies. We're all going to go to this place called the Fields of Marilor. Can everyone be ready in like an hour? Thanks. Oh, and also any man, woman, and child that want to fight or can hold a spear, I need them too. Thank you. Oh, and also all your Bell founders. Can I please get all them? I need them by the hour. Thank you. Any questions? They're like, blah, blah, blah.
But what about the coronation feast? Nope.
She's like, we eat after the last battle. They're like, God damn it. I already ordered catering. I already have like.
We're trying to party here. Come on.
We just buried a few pigs in the ground with coals. We can't just stop that process. They have apples in their mouths. They're dead. Let's check in with our good friend Joe and see how we're doing.
That. Oh my goodness.
Lovely.
Me? Who, me?
Is that okay?
Yeah. What?
Oh, you want me?
This whole thing? This whole old ridiculous veil of mine? I don't know. Does it look good on me? I can't tell.
Oh, go on. Bless your heart.
Stop with your compliment.
Oh.
I must not be as beautiful as I think I am.
I love that. All right.
So are we to assume that timelines have like started aligned here? Like, is the day that Elaine has this last thought? We feast when the last battle has been won and Karhin's children are safe. Move, pretend that the last battle is on your doorstep and will arrive on the morrow, for indeed it might. Is this the day that the Trollocs are invading Andor? The day before? Like, how prescient is this statement?
No
I don't think we know. But it's interesting to think about.
Well, let me ask you: does it seem like the timelines can have like?
It seems like they're getting the distance between each scene is getting closer, and that all of these things are happening essentially concurrently, right?
Okay.
Rand is visiting. Well, this happens before Elaine shows up and looks into the distance to see Rand as the sky clears. So I guess it can't be the same day. Okay, yeah. So this can't be the same day, but it could be the day before because they have gateway or they have traveling gateways and traveling. So yeah.
She's like, all right, yeah, we're off. We're off to last battle. Then it cuts to Matt's POV. Matt's happy. He is content. He doesn't like silence, but he likes stillness. And this is what's going on in the camp. He's like, there's no better place than a soldier camp at night. Just a lot of just gay stuff happening. Just A lot of leather.
A lot of bondage, a lot of leather, a lot of whipping, a lot of fun. Okay.
So how do we interpret this last sentence of paragraph 1 of this section? Okay, the last 2 sentences. Better than a pretty serving girl on each knee, that feeling was. Well, better than one serving girl anyway. Does he mean he's never experienced 2 and therefore he doesn't know? Or does he mean 2 feels worse because they're at odds with each other, or he gets jealous? Like,
it's a good
there's
question.
a lot of ways to read these 2 sentences, and I felt really unclear at the end of this paragraph, like what exactly he was talking. Like, what is the reference? And maybe we're just meant to walk away with whatever we carry with us.
Do you want to know what I thought it was?
I absolutely. That's why I'm asked. No, actually, Dan, no. I just was throwing that question out there because I don't want to hear anyone else's input.
Nope.
I like hearing myself talk.
Gary, what do you think?
No, I want to know. Of course.
It says better than a pretty serving girl on each knee. Better than that feeling was. Wait, better than a pretty serving girl on better than one serving girl anyway. So what I think he was saying is like a threesomes are the best. And he's like, yeah, this feeling of being like just awesome in camp.
Yeah, that's another possible
outcome. It's like better than a threesome. Well, it's better than sex, but not a threesome.
Right.
That's
I think. I heard it like the same way.
That's a good interpretation as well.
Oh, it's good to have sex, but it's better to have 2 girls.
2 girls.
2 ladies and 1 guy.
That's from Three's Company. Jack Tripper. He's like 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Stovey, calm down. You're okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this together. Okay.
We have a chat Taishar. Kay, would you like to read this?
Oh yes, of course.
No, you know what? Yeah, Kay, you read it. We'll have Carrie. You'll read the next one. Okay.
Oh yes. No, Carrie, you want to take? No. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna confuse things, Dan. Okay.
No,
did you want anything specific? Matt asked, or did you just drop by so that you could sit on my steward's head?
Hey, sit on my steward's head. Hey, baby.
With pleasure. I feel like that's the end of that sentence. So.
No more.
I have another one. Sorry. You don't know how close you came, Rand said softly.
Well, that one for sure.
Anyway,
all right.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, all right, I got one. All right, here it goes. Oh, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. That was a mighty steaming bowl of woo.
Oh, no.
Shy.
I got one.
Okay.
Through the camp, men sit, share tales of exploits of women left behind, far off. Tongues flickered as men laughed, sitting on logs.
Oh my God, Josh, you could have just been like tongues flickered.
End it. I can't.
Sitting on logs. If we're
right,
going Dan's route here,
hey, make it your own.
Chop it up any way you wanna.
Make it your own.
Tongues flickered, yeah, it's a good one too, Kay. Men laughed, sitting on logs.
Yeah.
So Matt's going through his stupid fucking reports. So these stupid fucking report. Half of Will.
Okay, we got to mention that Matt is more. What's the word? Of a soft, more thoughtful, more.
Beta.
That is.
Cuck.
Matt is definitely not a beta.
I'm just
He's
kidding.
Sigma. Matt is a Sigma through and through. I don't know if you're up on that since you don't have young children, but he almost chooses a pink scarf for a moment.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, what is he? Say it again, Josh.
A Sigma?
Wait, he's almost a Sigma. I'm sorry. Is that a frat?
No, we don't need to get into this right now.
This is why I don't.
I'll talk to you about that offline.
Okay, Sigma. I'll note it. Thank you. I'll note that.
He's much more conscious about his dapperness now. He likes.
Well, it's not his dapperness. It's like what's the fucking word? It was on. I had it a minute ago and I lost it in our interim. Not a romantic. Like when you hold to someone's memory.
Sentimental.
Sentimental. Thank you. Exactly.
Nostalgic.
There's a sentimentalness to him almost choosing a pink scarf after being tied up by pink laces. I mean, granted, there might be some PTSD there as well. And some Stockholm syndrome going on. But the fact that, I mean, if we tie this back to our many heated discussions about his relationship with Thailand, like the fact that this is even a thing that he contemplates for a moment, I think is worth thinking about. And what it means.
Oh, thank you, Glenn.
Oh, is this something?
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Glenn.
Sigma typically refers to a person of a manners, independent, self-reliant, and operates outside traditional social hierarchies. Yeah, that's Matt.
Yeah, I mean, and if you like that kind of thing, you should probably follow and subscribe to the Whole Rabbit as well. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty fucking Sigma.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Said the guy in a dress.
It's someone who steps outside the value system of alpha beta maleness, basically.
Yeah,
and it's a common parlance for Gen Zers. As someone who has Gen Z children.
Oh, you poor guy.
They're fucking amazing. Gen Z children are fucking amazing.
They're really
They're
lazy.
way more progressive and intelligent and authentic than we ever were at that age.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way.
To laugh and lead the way.
Joe laughs because he knows.
Show them all the beauty.
Joe's like,
It's correct.
Give them a sense of pride.
Sigmas have their own sense of pride.
Oh God, we could go on.
We're still on the first chapter, guys. Okay.
First chapter.
Hey,
all
right, Gary, you know the show. Okay.
Gary always crushed me with it. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, and Ryan's not even here sidejacking this. I know. The last page is like rumor page. Rumor page. There's all kinds of wolves gathering and howling at the same time. Skies are shining red at night. What? Livestock are lining up in the fields. They're all facing north, watching silently. What? The footprints of shadow spawn armies in the middle of fields. What? Matt's like, well, these are probably all bullshit. Fuck all these. They're probably wrong.
Except for we learned that the footprints of shadow spawn armies in the middle of fields might be true.
It could very well. Because there was that fight with the White Cloaks and Perrin's army, right?
And fucking Andor being overrun by them.
The
note that fucking Oliver opens, right?
Mm-hmm. What's her name?
Satel.
Satel and Nan comes up. Her and her big bosoms. Her bosoms show up. Satel's face shows up a couple seconds later.
Good dunk. I'm giving you sound effects.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Joe, how hard would it be for you right now to change this person into Satel and
Just draw right over it. Just draw right over it.
Yeah, hold on, no problem.
What would you have to
Show us
do
different.
in order to make Elaine
It's
into
called
Satel and
balloon.
all right,
imprint.
Challenge accepted. Well, let's put Joe to the side here for a second. And they're talking
Is there
about.
a pump?
Sorry. So Tell like talks about not being able to channel. She's like, "Yeah, what's your favorite thing?" He's like, "Ma sweet pies." She says, "Tai Shar," and they both giggle and drink. That didn't happen. She's like, "Ma sweet pies." He's like, "Yeah, imagine all your friends are eating Ma sweet pies anytime they fucking want, and I can't have any, and I'm the one that like, it's my mom." Anyways,
It's my sweet pie.
they talk. She talks about. They talk about boots, and Matt gets pretty egalitarian here.
Philosophical.
Yeah, he's like, all right, well, you know, if you're poor, you only have one pair of boots. There's no options. Most people have about 3. Your shit boots, your kind of shit boots, and your Sunday boots. But fucking Tall Mayonnaise, he has 40 boots. 40 pair of boots. What are you to do with that? It gets weird. Gets weird when you get, the more shit you have, the weirder it gets. That's what it's like being a leader. She's like, you're weird, but I like you. She says, actually, quote, I see. So you're using boots as a metaphor. And
I mean, really fucking read that sentence out loud for us, please.
the meta, okay. So you're using boots as a metaphor for the onus of responsibility and decision placed upon the aristocracy as they assume leadership of complete political and social positions. He's a metaphor for, no, it's just boots.
I mean, I love what this betrays of Stella Anand. Like, she's like a political science. I mean, this is like political science shit. Like, and there's no comma in that sentence. So you're using boots as a metaphor for the onus of responsibility and decision placed upon the aristocracy as they assume leadership of complex political and social positions. Not a breath, not a pause, just bam. It's fucking beautiful. Good job, Brandon.
No. To me, this is comic relief. This is this is Monty Python, where he's like, "Oh, well, you're oppressing me." I mean, this is
exactly
representing the aristocracy.
Yeah. Exactly. No, that's exactly what it is. That's why it's beautiful.
So no, it's dumb. I didn't like it. Anyways, I'm glad you liked it.
I agree.
We have different tastes, apparently, but
I'm being oppressed.
I was going to say it ends with help I'm being repressed.
Help I'm being repressed. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's all. That's pretty much it, right? Anything else? And then they're just thinking about Brigitte not being able to make it out. He's like, well, if she didn't get out, then shit, my odds are bad. But they're leaving tomorrow. They're leaving in one chapter, they'll be there.
So I love that. Yeah, that this ends by him throwing Baron's letter on top of the rest of the papers, so that Oliver can then find it in the epilogue.
Yeah,
it's just a well done little, like, something you don't know. That doesn't.
I did not think that was going to happen. To your point, like, I think that, I was like, what? Why would you even say? It was like, what?
It felt frivolous in the moment, but it was fun. Yeah. Carrie, how did you feel about this chapter when you read it? Do you remember? I know you kept notes on all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes, trying to remember what the hell happened. I mean,
by the way, Carrie, I'm so grateful for these notes that you've taken. It's such a nice little archive. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys have a bunch of notes for the rest of the, looking ahead stuff.
I love it. That's awesome.
I mean, I'll say this a million times. Matt is my favorite character. So any POV that has him in it, I just adore because he's so witty and funny. Like you said, comic relief. And I think he really grows in this book, especially at the end. But yeah, I mean, it was a okay chapter. But
I mean, does Nat not know what the word metaphor means? Like, because clearly the boots were a fucking metaphor. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, okay, it's fine.
Nothing. Nothing to say.
Sorry.
We will jump to chapter 53. It is called Gateways. It has the Wheel of Time with the snake twirling through it. It is Pavara POV. It's a short one for her. All right, I got a Taishar. In fact, I'm gonna pop myself
Lay it on
up
us,
because it's a
man.
good one. All right. Yeah. One hand folded, fingers making a fist behind his back. Taishar.
Oh my god.
But it's Pavara. Pavara's walking the Black Tower with Mazrim Tame and her friend Javindra. They're talking about, if we could just, bond some real Ashaman. He's like, nope, only soldiers and dedicated. It's like, I'm firm on that. Everyone is just doing shit with the one power. They're blowing up trees, making logs, sawing them down, planing them, sanding them, all with the one power. Measuring them. How do you measure with the one power? They figured it out. They've been there for weeks. The rebels are still outside the gate, just like hanging out, waiting. He's like, yeah, you've been here for weeks. He's like, and she's like, yeah, they're rebels. Don't listen to them. They're dumb. They're dumb. You don't want to listen to them. He's like, well, I don't know. You're all weird. I put up new guards all around. I'm just talking to you guys. Carrie, all the other first time readers left. Joe, what do you think? They put up guards all around. What? How tall do you think those towers were? What non-spoiler talk can we talk about? Do you think they used oak or pine?
Yeah, probably oak.
Yeah, me too.
Redwoods.
Redwood. They use redwood. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Obviously, it's
Makes
redwoods.
sense. But they learned that, he's like, oh yeah, now that this place is kind of armed, I mean, unless you have a pass, you can't really leave on your own. You're gonna they'll probably just blow you up. They're very itchy, trigger fingery. She's like, whoa, this place is turning into a freaking cage. And she's like, well, fine. Oh, and so Kay, here's the other person you were talking about was this Javinda.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, Pavar's like, yo, Javinda, you just heard Mazrim Tame. He's we got to get out of here. We're getting dangerous. He's not. And she's like, she says, I think we're safe, Javinda said, waving a hand. He doesn't know we have gateways. She's like, well, I'm going to stay here. So I guess there was no blocking of the eyes or whatever. But there suddenly it was someone who was just like, well, wait a minute. What? Well, fine.
No,
if
but
you're
they
gonna be
were. She was like against. She wanted to leave. She was like, I don't want to stay here, though. Initially, right?
Oh,
like,
it was Tarna. Tarna's eyes are the one.
Oh, is it Tarna?
Yeah. So she talks to Tarna.
I don't know. Which one.
She's like, she's like, Tarna, we need to go. And she's like, likely that, whatever. I'm sure it's nothing. And it says, the woman looked up and Pravar froze. There was something different in Tarna's eyes, something cold. She's always been a distant woman, but this was worse.
So what do you ladies theorize that this is? I mean, Carrie,
No, Josh. You got to just jump in here with your question.
No, I love it.
My question to you.
Kay, no, Kay, what do you think it is first? You go first this time. I want to hear. That's a great question, Josh.
I love it.
God, it is a good question. It's exactly my question for you. So cool that you said it first. Okay. All right. I don't know what I think. That's why I wanted to ask, because I really don't know. It seems like somebody's like compulsing someone and that they're not having any sort of authority over their own fucking or autonomy over their own, thoughts and decisions and authority.
100% agree. It seems like compulsion.
That's right. Yeah.
How is this happening? Tarna last night was all down to split. And now today she's like, yeah, I don't know. And she's like writing a letter.
But we also know that Tarna's been sleeping with some of the Ashaman, or at least an Ashaman. We learned that earlier, right? So she's off having sex. Something happens. She comes back a different person. What?
Oh, is she like absorbing some of
She got evil herpes.
She got impregnated with
evil herpes. She picked up a venereal disease that like made her
evil in pregnancy.
Venereal one power disease.
Yeah, pretty much HP fuckery.
HP
fuckery.
HP fuckery in the his.
What about you, Carrie? What were your thoughts on this when you encountered it?
Okay, what was the original question again?
What do you make of what's going on with these people who seem to not be themselves suddenly within the Black Tower?
Okay, so my question is, to refresh my memory, were they still kind of trapped in the Black Tower at the end of this book?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Dream Spike presumably is still over the Black Tower at this point.
Okay.
They can't make gateways, and Time has many guards during the day and twice that amount at night, and they've been walled in.
I mean, back when I read this, I pretty much thought it was some type of compulsion, some mind warping, basically turning them into a bunch of minions, and I feel like I'll just say, oh God.
No, I'm trying not to. I'm sorry.
I'll just say.
I'm sorry. No.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get.
I'm
trying to get.
just say that I love Andrew as a character.
You did it.
He's really awesome. So I'm kind of rooting for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really disheartening to find out that some of your good friends are now suddenly not themselves, and like, what the hell is happening? What is he gonna do?
Right.
I already know the answer, so I can't really dive too deep into this. But yeah, I was really troubled by all this. Yeah.
Do you agree that Androl, the Bard of Time's use of his name is a spoiler?
Josh, you can't ask that. No, don't answer that, Carrie. You don't have to answer that. Don't
I already know that it is, because he wouldn't have chosen that name if Androl didn't end up being important.
Joshua!
What?
Stop it. Don't
That's
put her
not
on.
necessarily true, Josh. Some people just like
some
people like C-rate characters who only appear for 2 chapters out of the book. Yeah.
First of all, yes, they do.
All right, sorry about that, Carrie. I figured it out. Now I won't pop you up anymore like that. That's better. So yeah, they're all trapped. Pavar's like, oh shit, this ain't good, and that's where it ends. And then it jumps to a parent point of view. Parent is saying bye to Matt. He's like, good luck. He's like, you're goddamn right I have good luck. I'm Matt from Cawthon. And that's what I do. Click my heels.
Click my heels.
He's like, yeah, we're only going to be gone a few days, but they have a lot of supplies. What's his name? Tom Maryland comes up. He's like, Jesus Christ, Matt, you're a lord. He's like, I'm no bloody. He's like, well, except for that whole. Anyways, what's it say? Each day at noon, Grady's opening a gateway to see if they're ready. Take them there.
Nice.
They leave through the gateway, and then Fio comes up. She's like, "Oh, did I miss the send off? What a bummer! God, I'm gonna. It's probably Bearlane's fault. I really wanted. God, rats! I really wanted to be here." Perrin's like, "No, you didn't." She's like, he's a bad seed. Don't hang out with him. His last name's Cawthon. Doesn't have an AL apostrophe in front of it. And I've learned in the Two Rivers, you don't hang out with anyone unless they have an Al apostrophe. Alvear, Althor, Alsheen. Those are the only ones.
If your first name's Al, then you can call me Al, okay?
Can call me Al.
If your last name doesn't have Al, then
You can't call me Al.
Then fuck all y'all.
Fuck on yeah.
Y'all.
They look at the field. There's so many nations and armies. It's like Coachella of nations and armies. It's like Coachella of armies. It's fun. Like I'm sure there's so many bands going on.
Oh.
Like
Oh my god.
but you got to park. Like the parking is way back there. And they have sometimes they have golf carts that'll take you, but sometimes you got to be walking like a couple miles with a cooler and your chairs and stuff. It's such a bummer.
Oh no.
This is a Fields of Marilorcella. Anyway,
Sorry, Dan.
fine.
I should be doing more of Ryan's job when he's not here.
I know. Sorry. Yeah.
I miss Ryan. Ryan would have loved that shit. Ryan would have loved that shit, guys.
Yeah. Ryan would have.
Parents like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of people here. We're gonna park our RV way over here. I don't want it to get dinged. They stay kind of away from the other armies. They're like, don't even look at them. Don't even talk to them. If they want to buy whippets, say no. If they're offering acid, say no. Do not interact with these people. Like, fine. He has a lot of. It's pretty impressive to think like what Perrin just shows up with, where everyone's like, "Yeah, Kyrian, yeah, Andor," and Perrin's like, "Oh yeah." He like walks up, cracks his neck. He's like, "Where's my Mayene at?" And they're like, "Yeah." Where's my Two Rivers at? Oh, what? Where are my White Cloaks? Woo! Where's Oleandra and her girls? Yeah. Where's my? I got some Aiel. Do you got Aiel, bitches? Yeah. I love it. That's exactly what it sounds like too.
Yep.
Jory beforehand, Jory walks up and he's like, "Hey, Perrin, sorry for thinking that you fucked around on your wife and treating you badly. That was, that's what we just think. We think that people fuck around on their wife. If you sleep in like a tent of like a super hot chick, then you obviously banged. So
Clearly.
sorry."
Even though you were mortally wounded at the time and probably couldn't get a hard on.
Hey.
Speak for yourself, Josh. I've been mortally wounded.
Every
before.
Yeah, you can get a hard on while you're mortally wounded, Joe.
Yeah, battle
Yeah,
motors.
I feel like there might be some pharmaceuticals involved in that. I mean, Perrin is a wolf, bro.
There's only one thing that'll save me.
Yeah, no, those assholes will find a way.
Anal sex.
Oral. Mouth to junk resuscitation.
Mouth to cock resuscitation.
Matt, it jumps to Matt. Matt is standing in front of the Tower of Genji. We have two.
What? Tyshar.
Shit, I got like 4 Tyshars right off
I
the
know.
bat.
Standing in front of the Tower of Genji. I can't ever say it. Anyway, you go. Tyshar moment. words.
I use hard G on the first one. I say
Hard G.
Genji.
The
But-
hard G.
Only on the first one. I do
Genji.
Genji.
I love how you
How do you
look
say it,
for it.
Kay?
Only on the first one. Genji.
Genji. I say Genji too, but
Genji.
All right, here I'll pop myself in like so. Boom. All right, yeah. Oh.
Boom.
Mm.
Boom, chicka boom.
Of the three, Noah walked with a long staff. Shy. All right, Noah. This one's good. Oh. Tom finished by making a wavy line through the center, as one did. Shy. All right, another one. Noah eyed the palm-sized hole. That's a tad small to get through. He stepped up to it. Shy. All right. One more.
Jesus God. Okay.
I'm losing my shit. I'm really losing my shit. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
A Mirandian's mustache? Come on. Shy.
Buy all of it.
Okay, wait, I have one.
Mirandia's mustache. Come on.
Come on. Ew. Shy. Go, okay. Let me pop you up. All right, there you are.
No.
Do it.
I'm choppy though. Okay. I can feel it starting.
No, you missed the first part of the sentence there. No, try again with the first part of that sentence too.
I can feel it starting.
No, okay. Come quickly,
No.
Rand. I can feel it starting.
Oh, with the whole
I can.
Well, I
All right,
can.
Josh, you do it.
No, Josh, you're done.
All right, you do it, Joe.
I remember the line.
Okay.
Dude, come quickly, Rand. He thought, colors blossoming in his vision. I can feel it starting.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Colors blossoming in his vision is like that's some good sex right there.
That's exactly, Josh. Exactly. That's all I'll say. Exactly.
My every Saturday.
Moving on.
they go up to the tower, and Matt's like, "All right, Tom, try that thing." And Tom just like starts carving graffiti. He tries an upside down triangle with a wavy line in it, and then poof, it becomes a little hand-sized doorway. He's like, "Huh? Well, let me make a bigger one." I'm sorry, I didn't know that's how it worked. Makes it human-sized,
And then poof.
and then poof, in the steel they go. Noel reminds us all it's courage to strengthen, fire to blind, music to dazzle, iron to bind, and Matrim Cawthon to bloody even the odds. You didn't know I could give myself a legio like that, but that's a Cawthon trait when you're bragging.
I love that fucking Oliver wins the game of Snakes and Foxes too in the epilogue for the first time after they've done this. Beautiful.
You're
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty
It's
amazing.
not, but you can't win. But I did.
So Manny's is like,
Well, how simultaneous was that?
I think very simultaneous. I think it happens as they come out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's true.
What do you think, Kay?
No, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about the timing of these events.
I mean,
until
Oliver is
just now, but like
Oliver
yeah,
is like mini Matt, right?
Totally.
So it makes sense that there be some synchronicity going on.
he's doing what to Matt?
He's mini Matt, like mini me.
Oh, he's mini Matt. Oh, you're funny. That's really funny. He
Matt
is
in training, MIT.
No, he is. That's so cute. I didn't think about that.
MIT.
MIT.
He's like a mighty mini. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm just riffing. Anyways, go. Dan.
They all get in and they start exploring more or less. First, they test the door. Noel goes back out the door and sees that it does get him out. But he had to like do the wand trick. He had to do the graffiti in order to get back in. He's like, okay, well, at least we know that. They start going through corridors, and the corridors is too long. They start going into rooms that are baffling. And they're like, let's go back to where we started. Can't find it. It's all funky. It should have been that room there, but it's not the same. Matt's like, well, you know what? Time to toss the Dos Años, whatever. Dos Años Cigüeña.
It's time to toss the whatevers.
The Cigüeñas. Let's toss some Cigüeñas. And so he starts throwing dice. And it's like, all right, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Forward, left, back, right. There's a 1. Hard to do. Matt can do it. And then he starts throwing 9s. And so it kind of makes him go, it's like a Paula Abdul song. It's like he goes 2 steps forward, 2 steps
and 2
back.
steps back.
We get together because opposites attract, and you know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they do 2 steps forward.
You guys are fucking dating yourself.
That's amazing.
In like a good way.
That's amazing. I know. But Josh, really, how young are you?
I'm not associating with fucking old people.
Have
Okay.
you seen yourself? Do you know how old you
She
look?
was dating
Okay.
Arsenio Hall at the time, and he sang on it too, remember? And then it was MC Fat Cat or Cool Cat, MC Cool Cat or some shit. Oh man,
something like that.
Carrie, you know what I'm saying, Carrie.
And opposites attracting.
Okay,
And you know,
I want to tell you guys that when they were going through all the rooms in the tower, it made me think of those old school video games, those MUDs where you have to like it's all text based and you have to go to the next room, like north, south, east, west. It kind of reminded me of that.
Like Doom.
But you go back south after going north, and you're like in a different space.
Yeah. So
I don't know if there was ever a MUD that acted that way, although it'd be really interesting to find out.
I don't know, but it kind of for some reason it made me think of that.
In a tornado.
Quicksand in a tornado. You guys
That's a good explanation.
Pretty sure that worked the
understand.
opposite way. Yeah, you get it, right?
We've all been there.
Sorry.
The only time you're really happy to be stuck in quicksand is during a tornado because everything gets pulled up.
Yeah.
But the further it pulls, the harder it sucks. So.
Yeah. All bad. Lots
Mercy
of
of the winnower. That's Noel's fucking thing. Mercy of the winnower. What? Who says that? Anyway.
Okay, so I mean, now that we know he is actually Jane Farstrider, is he from beyond Randland? Is he from God, what's the name of the land?
I think you have all the answers to any question you're going to ask. Because
I don't have the answer. I ask questions because I
was Jane Farstrider. No, but you knew.
I presumed.
Yeah. So I knew several books ago when there was that little thing in the forward of the book where it had the
Yeah,
person's
we knew a
name that
while
had the
ago.
same name. Yeah.
He claimed that he
so
was
I
his
don't
brother or
catch on
cousin or whatever, but
seriously, like
right?
seriously. Yeah. Oh.
Do you remember the last thing he asks of Matt?
Before
To
he
let
died?
people know
To
what
make
happened to Jane
sure
Farnsworth.
He says
lived
specifically.
true. He wants to live. He wants to be true. He wants to live true. He wants his legacy to
Yeah.
be true. Right.
He says, "Yeah, tell if you run into anyone from Valkyrie, tell
From
him that
Valkyrie, right?
Jane Farsighter died true or lived true. I'm not sure what it is, but he mentions Valkyrie. I'm not sure if he's from there or not, or Shara or something, but he mentions Valkyrie. Hey, if you see any Valkyrie, tell him what up." And then,
Oh my God! Look at
Yeah,
Joe's drawing. What in the fuck?
so
Are you
good.
serious?
all right.
Holy shit, Joe!
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Is this old man Tom?
Yeah. That's what my
Tired-
Rest
tired
more
Tom.
meat. And how the whole thing was like really, really hot, but like Tom was like, fuck it, reach in there anyways,
Just
grab
like
her
the-
out. Such a hero moment. Oh my God. It was like, oh, I hadn't felt like this like gutturally moved, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you ever meet a Malakiri, Noel said, you tell him Jane Farstrider died clean.
So good.
Whatever
The
that
only
means.
Valkyrie I know is Lan.
Died
Well, there's a bunch
clean?
of them.
Died
There's a bunch of them that Lance collected. He says every Malakiri who can hold a sword has been collected by him along the way.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't say it in here, but as soon as he said tell the Valkyrie that Jane Fighter died clean, he lifts his leg and he starts
Like a
licking like his cat. Yeah.
No.
Gross.
I was thinking he shows his arm where he doesn't have track marks, but you know what you know, Dan. I mean, apparently you lick yourself like a fucking cat.
He held up his 6-month chip. Tell him Jane Fighter. They come across like an envoy. This one fox. And the fox is like, hey, why don't we put away the music ain't necessary. Put away the fire, Hey, leave all your shit and I'll take you all the way there, bro. He's like, no. He's like, well, how about you leave just like your fire and I'll take you like halfway there.
So, is it me or is this the fox that they represented in the TV show? I felt like they took this scene and like mapped it back onto the gateway scene.
Oh, I
in the
hear what you're
TV show.
saying.
I happened to watch that scene like the day before I read this chapter. So it was very
Yeah.
fresh in my mind. So I wasn't sure if it was actually true or if it was just coincidence. But
He did have the X clothing
He did.
across him.
yeah, the sharpened
Well, I
teeth.
mean, all the foxes do that, don't they?
They all do.
Well,
But Matt,
well,
there's more than one eelfin involved in Matt's memories getting shoved into his head. The show doesn't represent, right?
Okay, can I ask you another question though, Josh?
Yeah,
Like, were
course.
you also like looking at that and going, "Holy fuck, the pedestal he's standing on is super underwhelming," and also everything else about him feels really cartoonish and
Yeah, it did not
not
feel
cool.
It didn't
about
feel
what
honest
they're
to the
trying to
story.
represent about these very magical people. It was,
It felt inauthentic. Absolutely, yes, I will agree.
so what power? How? I guess let's talk a tiny bit about like overall Eilfin and Aelfin. We see that he tries to like. Matt's like, Tom, start playing music, and Tom's like, oh, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming, and that Eilfin falls asleep. But it seemed like beforehand that it was starting to do a little bit of like compulsion or hypnosis. His voice started getting trance-like, and Matt's like, oh, I'm getting weeded out here. What? I guess what to what extent is this Elfin and Eilfin world, and what have you gleaned from these chapters about what they actually fucking are?
Like the dream world, right? Like it's part of the dream world because then there's like a wolf section and there's like a bunch of other sections that are like what we've seen before in only dream worlds. Is that, did you know?
Explain more. I didn't get that, but I want to hear your theory.
Well, I don't remember exactly what they said, but they talked about the seeing wolves or something.
Perrin had
Anyways, I
mentioned
thought,
that-
oh, this is very dreamlike. That's all.
No, I
Go ahead.
dig it. Perrin had mentioned that it was a very dangerous place. He's like, you can't go there. The wolves hate it. And Perrin had asked
The
about it
wolves
one
hit the
time.
tower though, but
Right. We'll say the tower in the wolf dream, and they avoid it. Yeah.
That's also where Slayer kind of went to and then
Slayer,
disappeared.
in theory, disappeared into it. Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, like I said, I have a theory that Isam's Slayer was created by a request to the Eilfin that backfired on him. I think that's one explanation for how Slayer came into being, is via the Tower of Genji and his interaction with the aliens. But that's a whole fucking another thing that we don't need to get into right now.
Yeah.
That's my explanation for how he got created after thinking through it. But
okay.
I mentioned that a few shows ago when we saw him last. But
Yeah, the alien. Like,
Okay, so the Elfin and Eilfin obviously need to physically hurt you. They seem to have some sort of maybe mind powers. They seem
unless
to
you have the one power, and then they can just feed on that.
right.
They like Tavernness and they like the one power. Those are the two things we learned.
Well, it's the Elfin eating every emotion evenly, right?
but Tavern and Aes Sedai
Wait.
even more evenly than others.
Eilfin ate Aes Sedai. Actually,
They but what powers do they have? Like, do they have any effect on the outer world?
Well, what is
They
the
used
outer
to,
world?
right?
It seems to be like an inner world, outer world. What's going on? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
well, we know
Like,
that
where is
they.
the inner world? So isn't this the dream world? Like, seems like it's the only other world that we've gotten, though.
And Carrie, you jump in too.
Yeah, Carrie. Unless you know, don't say.
I feel like they're like watchers, they're observers, but they don't necessarily do much. But then again, I could be totally forgetting. I know there was that scene with Matt and Tuan on that mountain where he saw the ruins.
Yes.
And
yes.
I thought there was some reference to them back then, but I can't
There
remember
was.
exactly the
So
specifics.
the Shanshin carry with them a myth about them coming out of their world at night and into Ranland, or into the quote real world, and stealing away babes or children. And so, as a Terry Pratchett Discworld fan, I mean, this references back to a lot of like old English fairy mythology.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very much like the playbook of the fairy from Old English mythology and like folklore.
So are they aliens or are they fairies?
Well, who's to say that fairies aren't aliens? My point is they aren't from this world. Whether we want to call them aliens and it's a science fiction novel, or fairies not of this world and instead from some fantasy nether region, like it doesn't super matter to me. Like in the end, it ends up playing out kind of evenly, right? Like, is this sci-fi? Is this fantasy? Is it both? Is it neither?
The elephant eating everything evenly.
It seems that wherever they live have different rules of physics, and appears to not be our world in the sense that these jungles are dense, and the three towers that aren't, that when you go into the Tower of Genji, you're in one of three towers. Reality works weirdly, like you can go backwards and get to a different place. Like clearly there's something magical or otherworldly about where they are. So whether that's non-rational because it's the dream world, which I haven't really given much thought, Kay, and I will. I like it as a theory. Or it's just alien and weird and reality is bent in strange ways. And that's what allows them to connect and have the agreements that they have with Randland, right?
Right. How would Perrin have done in there?
Right? Say again, Dan.
How would Perrin have done in there?
Oh, like with Wolf Dream powers, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that the power of thought has much effect. But Matt is also not a power of thought master. But I do feel like Noel and Tom are both way more engaged in, the shaping of reality with thought than Matt is.
Okay.
His chance powers continue to work there and maybe even work better.
Explain that. Yeah. So they feed off the saber. They're like, oh, they love Aes Sedai and Ta'veren. Are these powers enhanced?
They don't, and I love how Moiraine clarifies. It's not that they're eating it; they're actually using it like a drug.
Right.
Yeah.
And that I thought was really fascinating. Like, it's not their food; it's their pleasure.
Well, and that's kind of what we had found from Rand, experiencing the true, was it the true source, like the one that's the whole source together of the male, the true power. That was kind of like what we had experienced with him, right? Too.
What do you mean? And play that thought out further. I'm not sure I follow you.
Okay, remind me first of what you were saying right before I started talking.
That they don't eat emotion, which is what I had theorized and what I had kind of been sticking to as my theory about what was going on. But they use emotion like a drug.
Right. And so when we had experienced Rand experiencing that entirety of the power source, he was intoxicated and almost couldn't let go. Like he couldn't let go of the power that it wielded, and it was like a drug induced. I mean, I associated it like that kind of force of like a very strong drug taking hold of you. You're not able to let it go. You don't want to let it go. It feels too good. It's too incredible to experience.
But people say that about the one power though too. I mean, I
guess that's what I'm trying to say is that whatever that one situation was where he's has both male and female sides of it. It was.
That was when he was cleansing the taint. Yeah, when he was cleansing the taint.
Where it was ridiculously fantastic. You know what I mean?
When he gave up his eye, it was like fentanyl. It was like they were all bent over. They're all, I can't.
I think it may have even been worse than fentanyl.
They were just trying to stand up. They couldn't.
Horrifying.
They were all bent over. It was Portland.
Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, Portland.
Portland and Genji. But yeah, they find Moiraine.
Third Street, San Francisco.
What is that mist? What is this white steam that avoids fire?
Bring this up. No!
Sorry.
What do you think white mist is? We all know what the white.
We have
mist
seen
theme
sentient
is.
mist before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if it was sentient. It was reactive.
Reactiveness.
This seems
Are you
like this
thinking
was
of
also reactive.
shower
The Mashadar.
Nachanar, right?
Yeah. Is this similar to that in how it avoids fire? Love you, babe.
Love you too, Dan.
No, sorry. I don't know. Any thoughts? If not, that's fine.
My thoughts are that this drawing is killing me right now.
Ryan's here.
This is so epic. It looks a little bit like you, Dan.
What? Like me in like 40 years?
No, if you
on.
like, if it's you and the singer of like the National merged together.
Okay, yeah, I totally see that now. So they grab Moraine. It's too hot for Matt. Matt's like, yowza. Tom's like, back up, son.
Well, so human blood and theoretically Ranland blood is full of iron.
Okay.
So what does it mean that the Aelfin blood? I mean, obviously it can't have iron in it, or it would hurt them. So what is that replaced with that makes it act the way it do? Is it just a symbol of their unnaturalness and their like, mystery? Like, is it meant to make them more alien, or is it meaningful in the sense of it has some story time explanation?
Or did Noel's blood turn to steam and join the others?
No, Noel's blood was still on the sword, on the bronze weapons, on the bronze knife when they come to find Matt before he escapes with the Ashendar.
Okay.
So we know that human blood does not behave the same way in this place.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Lifeline and Full says their blood is obviously silicon based.
No,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Okay, I'll be up. I can see that. So it's like having a server in a liquid cooled bath with like silicon fluid.
Yeah, it's just like with all the microplastics.
Don't
congealing
use
in one-
silicon.
Oh,
on
nice, Ryan.
silicon.
Nice, Ryan.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's
Called
the gyre in the ocean turned into this.
Yeah. They're like
They're
the
born
trash
of the
pile.
gyre.
They're the trash pile in Fraggle Rock.
Oh
Well, Uncle Traveling Mac is there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, we all love Uncle Traveling Man.
no.
That's the Noel Fars or the James Farstrider of Fraggles.
God, Moraine looks so small.
Guys, we gotta fucking hurry up, and we're gonna finish these chapters.
We're combining all these chapters. They get
9/11.
Moraine. They run away. They make a deal for the foxes not to attack him anymore, but it didn't include the snakes. And here come the snakes.
Fatal error.
Noel's like, hey, bro, we all know that you're going to have to backtrack, and they're just too close. Give me all the fireworks, and give me your promise that you tell them that this motherfucker died clean. He's like, yep, you got it. Noel buys them time. They're able to backtrack. Suddenly, they're in the room they need to be in. And he determines that he actually had ruby slippers, more or less. He could have gone home at any time. With the Ashendare. Oh, all you had to do was draw the triangle with the wing.
Mary
Poppins
at any time.
Mary Poppins with the triangle.
You always had the power.
You
It was
always had the
mental.
power. It was yours the whole time. Yeah. I love to think of Glenda coming in.
Oh, you had the power this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, Noel could be alive right now if he could only figure that shit out like 1 second earlier.
Wait a minute.
Honestly,
Let me
unbelievable.
Let me read that stupid spirit you have again. Oh yeah, just draw it in the air. We'll be fine. We do hear that Matt Cawthon is not your bloody puppet, which is good.
No,
bloody puppets are bad. Clean puppets are the way to go.
No, Dan, no. Is that what you took for that? No, that is puppet slander.
I know. I'm trying
That's horrifying puppet slander. We rebelled. This is not the way.
Matt gives up his eye. He interprets half the light of the world as meaning an eyeball. Did you know that was
so
coming,
ridiculous.
guys?
No, I did not.
No, Kay hated it.
Yeah, we predicted that. I think.
No, Josh. No.
We did. We
Elfin
absolutely
and
predicted
Elfin just being super stupid, and I'm sure that we probably did because it feels like, oh, of course they're gonna be little riddle bitches and be like, oh, I'm just gonna poke your fucking eye out to give you half the light of the world.
Your eye out. Your eye out.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, the Eofin just yoinked. They just did, I got your nose, but they actually did like, I got your eyeball, and like, bonk. And then totally did the fentanyl lean. Oh, God. Oh, they're
what is this fentanyl watching?
They started all cramping up and leaning up sideways.
No, Ned.
The was clean, but the Elfin were not.
Clearly, YouTube's giving Dan a lot of like the true life Seattle. Look at these white.
This is
bones.
what happens when liberals take over a city.
Yeah. Everyone's they're all itchy and walking like
Portlandinal.
Soon they start to lose limbs. Oh,
see, Dan, that's the logical extension. Once you go from the cops pulling people over illegally to the First Amendment auditors, Dan, like it's a slippery slope.
Ryan, I saw someone in Portland. I'm all, what happened to your eye? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll suck
I
your
don't know. I
dick.
just walked past the tree and it fell out, but I was fine with it. And I went and got a cup of really gourmet coffee after that with some mint, muddled into it. And it was good.
Muddled?
His eye socket.
Oh, God damn it. Muddled mint.
I love that Matt grabs his hat in the midst of all this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's like, and then he has to like think
the characters so fucking hard right here. Yeah.
Then he's like, I should have had my dice. God damn.
No, you're right. Josh, his Matt's character stayed so consistent between all of these chapters. It was so nice to have this Matt essence pop up and be like, yeah, this is fucking weird. You guys want to get married? What? And just all these weird things that he does. It's so Matt, wonderful.
Yeah, Matt the whole time like, where'd this come from?
Yeah. What?
Matt's dismissiveness of losing his eye is a little disturbing.
Yeah.
He's like, really a flesh wound?
No, Ryan, we read here that, quote, his eye sockets still hurt like the nethers of a freshly gelded stallion.
What?
Yeah, that's a Bella.
In other words, a stallion whose balls were just cut off.
So freshly gelded stallion.
No, we need Bella fucking right now. Come on.
Bella! We need Bella Clemens.
Hashtag Bella fucks.
I like how we see the eyeballs at the end. Like she took off her shades to
carry up. Last carry up. Let's get the Bella head up there.
Oh.
Carrie had the Bella.
There it is.
Bella. Yeah, there she is.
What did you feel about Matt's use of just spinning and pointing in a direction?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's so Matt Lucky Star.
I
type
love
of-
that. I love that Brandon Sanderson like concretizes it with the comment towards the end of luck works better when you can't see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it really tied it together for me.
Nice.
You know, I went to a commencement at University of Michigan. There was Derek Jeter there, and Derek Jeter would have said, "You know, the harder I work, the luckier I get."
Who is Derek Jeter?
Yeah, what?
He's a baseball throwing person.
Dan, sit with that. Sit with that.
For a minute. Just for a minute.
Who is Derek Jeter?
Are we supposed to know that? Reverend?
Yeah. Is this a question we're supposed to answer?
He's a successful guy who worked hard for success and thinks that working hard is all you need, man. You just need work. Bootstraps are right there, guys. Just pull hard. Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
You know what, Mistress Dovey? We don't need to know that you know it. Okay.
Even
All right, let's do we need to do a poll, Dan? Our new poll: who is Derek Jeter? Yes, no.
No. All right, let's move on. Chapter 56. Ryan, right off the bat.
Chapter 56.
Thank you, Kay.
You're welcome.
What the fuck?
On her desk, Godwin slipped in. Shy.
On her desk?
On her desk.
Desk.
On her desk.
Oh, desk. All right.
That's a good one, Ryan. Come on.
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, I broke up 2 sentences. So what?
There it is.
So what?
There it is.
So this is an Egwin point of view. It's chapter 56. It's called Something Wrong. Godwin's like, hey, Elaine's gonna come visit anytime now, and she's like, excellent. Finds out that Galad leads the White Cloaks. She's like, what? Your brother? He's like, yep. I don't care. Fuck him. Right? Fuck him.
He said something like, he's not my fucking brother, you know?
It's like, fuck that guy. He's like, he's with Ibarra, who I don't think is going to side with you anyways. She's like, well, that's troubling. There's some farmers that are there, a whole 5,000 to 10,000 farmers with pitchforks. I don't know who brought them. Someone did. They walk over to go see Elaine, and Godwin does his what the fuck and runs over because there's his mom. More gays.
Double take moment.
Egwin's like, wow, I'd heard such things this last night from my spies, but I didn't want to share it with him because, you know, power dynamics.
Did you ever? Okay, Dan, I know we're running late, but like, you've been framing her as this person, and then like every like subsequently incriminating thing she thinks, like, I'm like now on. I hate her. You've now broken me.
I did.
Both Elaine and Egwin are like, God damn it.
Yeah, a little bit.
First of all, Brian, everyone knows Elaine's the worst.
Well, hold on. Joe, hold on. Quote, Egwin stood back for now. Once she stepped forward, Elaine would have to kiss her ring and the entire procession would bow. That would spoil Godwin's moment. So she waited.
Yeah.
So gross.
Worst.
Like, well, yeah, I don't want this queen to have to bow to me while Godwin's sucking up to his mom. I'll give him another 20, 15 seconds.
Handmaiden, bring me my sandile.
And then we jump to Andrel. Andrel is asking people on the slide. He's like, "Hey man, do me a favor, try to make like a gateway." And they're like, bzz, bzz. He's like, "I can't." They're like, "Andrel, you try. You're the best."
Andrew, you always get it up. You don't suffer from gateway dysphoria.
Andrew cracks his knuckles and moves his neck like this. And he's, the weaves are there, but not that familiar vertical slash. And he's like, and it just. And he's like, God, dang it. What happened to my boner?
My what?
He's like, well, this is troubling.
He's like, someone spit on it.
They fight. They talk to it. They talk to it. Come on. It's just sleeping. Mezar was their buddy, and then went and talked to Tame. And suddenly, Mezar's all wonky. He is glazed over. And it's like his eyes look dead. Yeah.
Breaker is right. Gateway dysfunction is a real problem. Yeah. I can never make a gateway when I'm live on stream.
This whole thing is very Mean Girls as far as lackeys and.
You totally suffer from EG, right?
What's EG?
Erectile gateway. EG, I guess.
EGG.
Yeah.
EGB.
Yeah, I'll erect your gateway.
So Angel sucks it up. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go knock at the Red Aj's door. Knock, knock, knock. And they're like, yeah, a plump red, Ryan. That sounds like an apple. A plump red answered.
Yeah.
Should we say that?
That's what Matt likes, right?
Yeah.
Plump red.
Nice.
He's like, hey, I hear you want to leave the Black Tower. They're like, hey, did the MHIL change his mind? He's like, no, but you're not the only one that wants to leave. Can we talk? And they're like, yep, come on in. So he steps in. That's how it ends. That's how the last chapter, the penultimate chapter, rather.
What other than compulsion have we seen that lead people to act weird?
Well, when Robert Jordan's writing, anytime you're attracted to the opposite sex.
Yeah. Perrin, anytime he's around Fail.
Right.
Perrin, anytime he's around any human ever.
God damn, you can.
I guess I'm thinking
Perrin, Mistress Toby.
Are there most dark friends go willingly, but can you be turned into a dark friend unwillingly?
Interesting.
Here's what it
right?
reads about. Here's what it reads about Mazar. It says something was deeply wrong, something not quite alive inside those eyes. This didn't seem to be a man, but a parody of one, a shadow stuffed inside human skin.
Okay, yeah, and that's the line that actually made me think is there a way to convert someone who can channel from the light to the dark without compulsion, right? Can you become a dark friend unwillingly? I feel like we've seen that.
Mo Gideon making gray men type of thing.
Maybe not so extreme as a gray man, but I'm thinking along the lines of where. Yeah, I don't know. It just made me think I feel like we've seen references to something like this in the past, and maybe I'm thinking of stilling, and not where you have a circle and you cause shit to happen. But I don't know.
No, I mean, like, this is a
Which
very, very great question, Josh. And just, I'm not going to say yay or nay, but like, the answers are subtle. Like, the origin stories of Dark Friends are far and few between.
Right.
So, but like, I think that question is very warranted.
It sounds like from the way Carrie's acting, we'll get to know about it in the next book.
oh no.
Josh, you were very subtle.
But I mean, I will caution though, like, we've met a lot of Dark Friends, and we don't get this kind of like, oh, is this?
We don't get their origin stories.
No,
the
but
only thing that
we also don't get the impression that they're just like walking zombies.
Well, no, that's true. So it has to be done against their will to make them this way, I think.
Yeah.
The only person I can think of who's like this, but it's a weird counterweight argument to it, is Pat and Fane, right? But Pat and Fane is like fucked beyond recognition by what did they call that in the first book or the
he was distilled,
right? So clearly these men weren't distilled because if they were, they didn't have Shadar Logoth's fucking taint upon them before it happened. To make them whatever twisted fucking nightmare thing that, Pat and Fane
is. Yeah.
Where it's like the dagger plus Shadar Logoth plus the Great Lord plus what else happened,
They also fucked with Machin Shin a little bit.
So many fucking layers of just perversion and fuckery. Anyways, I'm excited to learn more about it, is I guess what I'm saying.
Me too.
Dude, I'm loving this drawing. Joe, we miss you.
Yes, we do.
Is this the red eye eel before he touches him?
So good.
How is it worded? It's worded really fucking weird.
Honestly, I don't remember their introduction in this book, so I just know they're in it. So
but the emotion you are portraying through each like character is fucking astounding. It's really.
Yeah, it goes from like what I assume looks a lot like fucking God, what's that? The blocky kids game that just became
Minecraft.
It comes from
Roblox.
a Minecraft to like a very nuanced feeling state so fast.
Yeah.
We So two of the things that like. So Matt has like these finishing lines, and we're moving on to chapter 57. It's called A Rabbit for Summer.
Chapter 57.
All right.
Hello. A Rabbit for Summer. It has the 5 dice. What? Yes.
I just to that the finishing lines like the 80s like action movie like jokes at the end of like.
So before Matt left the tower, he says, quote, "Looks like this game can be won after all," he said. "Tell the foxes I'm mighty pleased with this key they gave me. Also, you can all go rot in a flaming pit of fire and ashes, you unwashed lumps of pig's backside. Have a grand bloody day." And then he's outside of the tower and yells up at it, "I beat you, you crusty boot leavings. I, Matrim Cotton, survived your traps, huh? And you gave me the way out. Chew on that bitterness for lunch, you flaming, burning, misbegotten liars."
Yeah. He just lost it. He just lost an eye.
He lost an eye and a good friend.
Like, look at that with both your good eyes and think about losing an eye. And no, yeah, okay, yeah. I was not a fan. I didn't know you were going to go there, Dan. I wasn't ready, but like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, it was. I don't like it so much.
Barriga stuttered, looking at the horrific maw and the glee in this man's eyes as he reached in for the kill.
Yes, the maw.
Such a beautiful sentence. These weren't Aiel. They were something else. Something terrible.
Was there anything about Moraine sharing about her experience in the tower besides her special VIP status as being Aes Sedai?
I mean, the bracelet is fascinating, and like Tom accepting her being more powerful via the bracelet than she ever was is a beautiful. It's love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
However,
the
abrupt
of another's
it is,
difference in the face of your own love of them.
they're super respectful to each other.
With this, I will be strong enough to at least take the pain away.
She says they claim to have killed Lanfear by draining her too quickly, though I think they may have been trying to make me afraid. A man who was there once when they woke me, he said I was not the one he wanted. Any thoughts?
That was a weird ass line. Yeah, what page is that on, Dan, in the trade paperback?
On this one, it's 823. It's near the bottom, second to last or third to last paragraph.
All right. A man was there once when they woke me. He said I was not the one he wanted. Hesitant shivered. Presumably Ishamael, right? Or what's his name now? Moradin?
How would
But
that
wouldn't
even
she have
work?
recognized Moradin, probably? Certainly isn't Shaidar Haran. She would have called him, a Murdral.
Mm-hmm.
A man was there once when they woke me. He said, I was not the one who wanted.
Dan, while his gears are turning, I just want to announce to you that since you brought up your son's flight and his GoFundMe, there's been $500 raised.
Oh, you guys.
I know.
Come on, man.
You guys. Yeah.
Stop it. I'm not crying. You're crying.
No, this has been an emotional day in general. I mean, just so thank you all for just being a part of my life and experiencing stuff with us. This is life shit, and sometimes life shit happens, and I'm glad that when you fall in a like I said, life is a freaking mosh pit, and sometimes when you fall, strangers pick you up and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible community, though. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Could this man have been fucking Isam? Slayer? I mean, that would make sense, right? Slayer goes into the tower, presumably in Can. If he has some interrelationship with the Eilfin and Eilfin, she might not recognize him like she would have Forsaken, right?
Was he going in to get Lanfear?
Probably sent by one of the Forsaken. Who was it? Masana, who gets punished for giving the dream spike to him, right? In this epilogue. Yeah. So presumably he went looking for Lanfear.
All right, in case I said, let me remind you, Moraine mentions to Tom and Matt that she remembers someone waking her up saying, you're not the one I want.
Yeah.
So Josh is saying that could have been Slayer.
That you're not the one I want.
Yeah,
he said I was not the one he wanted.
He wanted, yeah. Okay.
And we do know that we've seen Slayer enter the Tower of Genji in the Wolf Dream. Perrin watched him go in there, and so we've been trying to figure this out.
Because I feel like she would recognize any of the Forsaken for whatever reason, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But
Well, I mean, Josh, to your theory, would she recognize Morden though?
I mean, she's been collecting all their cars. You know, like
I think she would recognize.
we got the
She has
cards
double,
of all the first.
Dumbledore. She has a lot of double doors.
A lot of Dumbledores.
Getting
She
close to collecting them all.
double doors.
Double Dumbledore. Double
Gary, is
Dumbledore.
your tongue bleeding from biting your tongue?
No.
A
Josh,
little bit, though.
did you look at the glossary in this book?
I haven't read it. No, I was starting to read it before the show because I didn't know we were reading it. But
Gosh, there's some good information in there.
yeah, cool. I don't generally read the glossaries because I feel like it's can tend to be spoilery, but I will.
Yeah, I don't think
We'll
I
take
started getting
glossaries.
into glossaries till much later, and then only after I read the books because
I'm
remember
sorry, but
Yeah.
who reads the freaking glossary? Like
nerds, honey.
I just
Nerds.
run
As a
through.
lady, okay.
On the first run through, you read the glossary.
No, like I'll be like, wait, who was that person? And then I'll like flip to the back and be like, oh yeah, that person. You know, like kind of thing. But
Okay,
the,
that
yeah,
makes
the first
sense.
time through, but the
Yeah.
second time through, you kind of remember everybody. So
I don't really read it
Yeah.
until the end, but sometimes there's little nuggets in there that make you think.
There's some weird choices to what they put in the glossary.
Well,
so
that's
I-
absolutely true.
that's
you
what
know.
I'm saying. Well, the choices are weird, but also like they are like spoiler free relative. I mean, I think.
I
Like,
remember
reading,
the
like,
time-
well,
yeah.
You know, like Randall Thor's entry expands as the books go.
What are you thinking of specifically,
He's the
Carrie?
Dragon
Can you
Reborn,
correct me,
everybody.
since I should have read it anyways.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a big question in the fandom for many years that apparently was answered in this glossary.
Okay.
Mhm.
It has to do with a certain Forsaken.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
So Moraine gives 3 demands. One of them is the bracelet Terangrial looks like someone bending backwards that wraps around her wrist. What do you guys think the other 2 were? Matt asked, and she demurred and would not answer.
Your mom.
Your mom? She said, "Can I have your mom?"
100%.
Yeah, probably. Any other thoughts? So that's 1. That's 2. What's the third one?
Say it again, Dan. I'm sorry. I was reading the glossary.
That's right. It said that it says, quote, "I knew from previous events that I would not escape unless you came for me, no matter what my demands were or how carefully I worded them. So I
Right.
used them for the best." And he says, "What did you ask for beyond the Angreal?" And she said, "I shall keep that for myself for now."
Right.
Do you guys have any thoughts what her other 2 demands were? She was
I think
entitled
your
to
mom
3.
is accurate. You know.
Maybe your mom.
Your
Yeah.
mom.
Mhm.
Maybe
that's
she's
still one more.
asking like, how can we win the last battle?
Mhm.
Like, what do we need to do to win the last
No.
battle?
She asked for
Would they
world
answer that?
peace, and then she got meta world peace. The famous basketball player.
Well, speaking of the beginning of this glossary, it says,
Now, who's Derek Jeter?
Elfin, a race of beings largely human in appearance, but with snake-like characteristics, who will give true answers to 3 questions. Whatever the question, their answers are always correct, if frequently given in forms that are not clear. But questions concerning the shadow can be extremely dangerous.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I was laughing at Skeeter saying a solid 401k.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get at least
It's a
8%
403,
return?
please.
A return to unions.
Or Nils saying good gut health. Like
Yeah.
Oh, how to find how to find North Harbor?
Yeah.
No, Ryan.
Oh,
South Harbor is always
Hey, DM me if you ever do, LBF.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
You already
Yeah.
found it, baby.
We all know it's like the Sasquatch of the female body.
No, it's not. It's very real, very attainable, and okay.
Tom says, Moraine says, "Hey Tom, if you want to marry me, I'll be your wife." Oh, my dearest Tom, if you want to get married, I'll do it like right now. And Tom's like, "Well, that sounds mighty fine to me, young lady." She's like, "Dearest Tom,
Sound just like
Dearest Tom,
Tom.
why is your cloak bulging? And Matt's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go shit. I'm gonna go shit in the woods. You guys take your time."
Well, if it's bulging, I think you may have already shat.
He's fucking around with his knife. He just tosses his knife behind him carelessly. This is why we need gun control, guys. Anyways, he tosses his knife carelessly. Kills a rabbit. Rabbit's like, "Rah!" He's like, "Oh, what do you know? He killed a rabbit." And then he finds like like a super nice pot. He's all
it's like
Matthew Munchum Cathian.
It's a copper bottom pot.
Life loves you, and he blew himself and grabbed his own pot.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like, "I'm gonna skin this rabbit and eat it." Ha.
He tore out 2 ribs, blew himself, and grabbed his pot and his dead rabbit.
Blew out 2 ribs. I like that detail.
All right, Joe, this drawing looks more and more like someone you would just have like as a regular guest on your show.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Are you drawing Taffy Bennington?
Is that, I was going to say, are you drawing Jono? Stop
Okay,
drawing
Carrie.
Jono.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, is that Jono? And I'm looking close.
It's
It's someone. You based on someone.
It's a random Aiel from that crowd of Aiel from the show.
I was going
I
to
do
say
think
that
But it's got the red veil, not the black veil.
our
So.
Dungeon Master Clint in IL form.
I see it. I see what you're talking about in the Grendel paragraph. The information now, Carrie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know that it refers exactly to what I was asking, but I do see it's a piece of information we were missing.
All right, well, let's say it. I mean, it's in the book. No spoiler.
I mean,
Okay,
but
quote.
that's the
Grendel, one of the Forsaken, once known as Camaril Meridim,
Cameron T.
a noted ascetic. She was the second of the Forsaken to decide to serve the Dark One, a ruthless killer. She was responsible for the deaths of Arengar and Asmodean. That's the bit of information we didn't have.
What?
And for the destruction of Masana. Her present circumstances are uncertain. And we do know that Shaidar Haran refers to her as killing 3 of the other Forsaken in the epilogue. So this
Wait,
all
so
back-
the destruction of Masana.
yes.
So we're led to believe that Egwene just bodied her with her mind, and she
No.
fell apart.
The dream
No,
spike.
she wiped her mind. She fed back whatever she was doing into her, and it blew her mind out.
It was the old rubber glue situation, Ryan.
Yeah, no, I get that. So how is Grendel a part of that? That was just like
Because
a
the
face-off.
the dream spike. Because
The dream spike
shouldn't have
caused
been
her
at the
to
White
not
Tower.
be able to flee Tarvalon, which
Thank
Shaidar
you.
Haran says in the epilogue that if it hadn't been for the dream spike, they could have fled.
Right. There was
And they weren't
there
supposed
was
to be
not meant
engaging
to
with them
fight.
in Tarvalon.
Right. They
Sorry,
were not
Dan,
meant to
sorry.
fight in the White Tower.
Right.
They could not leave because of you, Grendel.
All right.
Mhm.
And he's
Because
all, and she's
Grendel
all, I see him. Go ahead.
Grendel gave the dream spike to Slayer Isom.
Yes.
Yeah, she's trying to sabotage what was going on in the tower.
And salad bar.
It jumps to Perrin. I have like 3 tie stars for Perrin. Do you want to just rapid fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
pick your favorite. All right, A, B, or C. All right, ready?
B.
B's probably my favorite too.
I knew it.
Here's A.
I said B.
No, I'm saying you pick your favorite out of the 3.
Oh,
haven't read them yet.
I picked my favorite, and you only do that one.
Go,
No, this one's A.
Ryan.
Ha ha ha! Disjointed. He was coming into the wolf. That's sharp.
Oh my God.
All right.
So
All right, that was
gross.
A. That was A. Here's our Ryan, A, B, or C. That's our poll. All right, that was A. Here's B. This is my favorite.
Perrin reached out and found him a youthful male. Tyshar.
Oh my god.
I like that. I like that. Youthful. Perrin growled and went down on all fours. Just Tyshar. All right, A, B, or C, guys, vote. There was
C.
A is horrifying. Disjointed. He was coming into the wolf.
No.
B. Perrin found him, a youthful male. C. Perrin growled and went down on all fours.
How about
Of course, Nil
cried
says A.
out, falling to his knees?
That's all right. Or a special last entrance D. You guys. Yeah, and who doesn't like D? All right, Neil says A.
Everybody likes
No,
it.
everyone's gonna say A because they fucking hate me, Dan.
That's because they already voted.
Seriously,
before
like
I said mine.
they do it despite you. Anytime I put myself up against you.
Like find it full. Everybody revote. You like D the best. I know it. It's okay. You can admit this.
We all love D.
We do.
Yes.
So, oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Are we on the epilogue yet?
Yeah. We're almost done. Right
Yeah,
there.
we're in an epilogue.
So,
Perrin talking to Noel.
why does Grendel say this? That fool Isom, okay, that's understandable, stuffing the papers into her pack, and that idiot White Cloak. Who the fuck is she referring to? Is she talking
the
about
dude that let Perrin go? Galad.
Galad.
Perrin.
But is Galad her proxy? Does that mean that Galad's under her thumb? Or is it
No.
someone else who's a dark friend who's a White Cloak? Like the one who dies.
Yeah, the one.
Child buyer?
I thought that she was just counting on.
I don't think she's referring to Galad. I think she's referring to the one who dies for trying to kill Perrin.
Dan, is child buyer like Lil Wayne?
Child buyer.
It sounds like it's a baby
Ow.
aspirin.
It
does
Right.
sound.
Child
Yeah.
buyer.
Pharmaceutical city in Italy or rapper?
Child buyer.
That's the next game for what?
Buyer aspirin.
It's the child bar.
Child buyer.
Take one
Hey,
child
baby.
bar a day and you'll live longer than you'd ever imagine. Okay.
Baby buyer.
Baby buyer.
So Perrin in the wolf dream hangs out with.
Okay, hang on. I got a
Fabulous.
Tyshar.
All right, please. Oh yeah, Ryan.
Perrin knelt, sweat dripping from his brow, one hand on the prick. Too stiff.
Too stiff.
How did I miss that? One hand
Oh,
on the
man.
Seriously, how did any of us miss that?
You
That was
look right into the camera.
Oh my fucking god. That was good.
Bravo, Josh.
Too stiff.
Too stiff.
Wow.
Any thoughts on Gnome, the wolf child?
Nope.
I mean, it's beautiful that it's a gift to him, and his life sucked ass.
His life sucked ass.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel
One
like
of his visions was a large, stout man, half drunk, beating a pretty woman. Whoa. Gross. It's probably his dad and his mom, right?
Probably, yeah.
And he's all hot for his mom. That's gross.
And parent,
You don't think
there
your mother's
was
beautiful, Ryan? How
Very
dare you?
Freudian. Very Freudian.
And then Ryan's like, yeah, I just want to beat my mom. Ugh.
he's creepy. He's like peeking. It. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Little red rockets coming out.
It was
Oh,
chapsticks.
no.
It's a little cherry chapsticks.
Very nice, Joe.
Perrin howled a lament for the life that Gnome had led. It was a flood too much for him, it said. And Gnome's like, yeah, the wolf is peace, man. And he's like, yeah, I dig it. Peace out. And thank you
Thank you. And
then
thank you.
And then they did whippets together.
There's something a little too Disney movie about the image of young Bull, the wolf, and Perrin holding hands on top of the mountain. It's a little like, I don't know, just a little.
There's
like
level of
Holding hands, Josh. No, they are dick and dick. Okay, they are dick hand
dick
and
dick, or dick in hand.
Dick in hand, dick
Okay.
in hand. No, sorry, dick and dick. They are.
I
dick
was like,
dick
who's
in hand, just yaying the dick.
like who's
There's
winning
like
that
a-
bargain in the dick and dick?
There's a Studio Ghibli like image that came to mind of like man and wolf holding hands, like Anyhow,
I'm not. Yeah, no. There's no level of like.
I think everyone's got dick in their brain now. And
This
no
is very
hands.
funny, right?
gnome,
So
no
lots of hands, lots of dick.
No,
How do you
yeah.
say it, Gnome and Garden?
Yeah,
You ever
if it doesn't
see,
have a silent
No.
G, he doesn't. It's not for me.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Gnome.
He doesn't like it. Nope, not good.
You said his name wrong,
Enough.
Josh. It's Nomi
No.
Garden.
Gnome Garden.
All right, so
Gnome
Dan,
Garden.
I do have the deleted scene ready to play.
Well, let's.
I know. Let's hurry up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So,
The Matt
Um,
Hatch deleted scene.
Uh huh.
Over wins Snakes and Foxes. We talked a little bit about that. He's playing with Tall Mayonnaise, who ain't even paying attention. Did Over cheat or did he win legit?
He won legit.
Okay.
Too legit to quit.
Cheated. He always cheats.
Tall Mayonnaise is like, there's no way you can't win. I don't know how a game is so popular if you cannot win, unless it's like, I was thinking about it, and you know how they're like, oh yeah, Tetris just gets harder and harder and harder, and then you can't win. But someone actually did win, like broke the machine. And it's like, so is Snakes and Foxes just super hard, and the probabilities are so low that we can just call it impossible, and there is a way to win, and Oliver just did it? Or did he break physics?
Dan,
What
when the guy who broke Tetris was the next screen on the like the next prompt, did it say, "Shall we play a game?"
So
How about global thermonuclear war?
Nuclear
Shall we
war.
play a game?
Wouldn't you
Um,
prefer a nice game of chess?
No, but when that guy beat Tetris, there was a friend of his in another world that just destroyed these block aliens.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. He's like, whoa, I did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
What question was there? I heard so much about Tetris. I'm unclear as to what we're talking about anymore.
If the game is actually impossible to beat and physics was broken, or is it just so hard that no one thinks that you're gonna beat Pac-Man, but Oliver beat Pac-Man, and you're like, whoa, I didn't think you could be beat, but apparently you could. We just never were that good.
It's just shoots and ladders, but there's no way to ever get to the top.
Right, exactly. You just always go down the chutes.
You're always
So
sled.
what do we make?
The journey is the game, Dan.
Yeah.
How do we
Toby,
fit
God
in-
damn it.
Do you guys
Uh,
remember the fucking bells that went off in the Aelfin and Eelfin world? That the chimes are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah,
like the level up bell of
Yes,
like
what was
Donkey
that?
Kong.
we
Is that like
figured
you
it out. I
broke
feel like
our
we had a
game?
good theory on what it was. Fuck if I can remember what it is now. But
I think it was someone closing a deal, like in real estate, or no, in they were selling timeshares.
Cha-ching.
Someone put a tip
Every
in the
time
jar,
someone-
and everyone would just.
man, I want to go back and
They
watch
rang
that
the phone.
episode if we can remember what that was.
You'll be
it
the
was-
first person to watch that
Oh,
episode.
It was people were beating
I'm
cancer in a war.
There's a new
and
pope.
ringing. Yeah,
There's a new pope in the.
A new pope, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
there's a new pope. They were
What? I swear. Show.
7 days of bells.
Like a real kick-ass pope. You guys knew that.
It's a real hell's bell scenario.
Oliver, that little fuck, opened Varen's letter. We see that Varen had no intention for that letter to be closed this entire time.
Right.
Mhm.
One day
She thought she was so slick.
She thought she knew Matt really, really well.
Is this like the first time? Okay, here's two questions. Is this like the first time Varen's ever been wrong? Or did Brandon Sanderson not write Matt correctly? Because I think Varen knew. Like, if Brandon didn't take over, Matt would have read that in a couple days. But no.
No, that's
Varen could have
really
predicted
good
I like
question.
that theory, Ryan. Yeah, I can get behind that. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody look at Josh's home.
Oh, we almost got him. Damn it, we almost got
I
him.
know. So close.
Oh, so close. I saw it. It was.
It was within grasp, you assholes.
It's just beanies all the way down, guys.
He's all the way down. That's right.
There was a smaller beanie under there. I saw it.
It's just
Like Russian
like
nesting
the
dolls.
man
Like
with all
Russian
the caps. Caps for sale.
Some
Caps for
nesting
sale.
beanies.
50 cents a cap.
Belgian nesting beanies.
And then when
Oliver's-
Josh goes out, he puts on another beanie on top. He's like, all right, I'm going out. Puts on his going out beanie.
Honestly.
There is a waygate in Camelin that is actively being attacked. Tall Mayonnaise looks over to Camelin, and what do you know? Is that fire? Like a lot of fire? He's like, hey, Trollocs, time to go.
Yeah, that's how he sounds, Sam?
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Just fucking.
that's how he's.
Hey.
That's how he sounds after a 3-hour live stream. He's all, hey, Trollocs.
There's Yikes.
But Oliver's like, fuck yeah, I'm in. I'm in it to win it. He goes and gets a large knife, and he's gonna go fight. Guys, do you think that Oliver's in danger here?
Yeah.
Definitely not. Nope.
Definitely.
Nope.
You think plot armor is protecting him?
I think he's super protected by the Tavernness that has surrounded him the entire
Yeah,
time
that's what I
he's
said, plot
been
armor.
there. Yeah, plot armor. Yeah,
Wait, you don't think
exactly. Plot armor.
Sanderson can
Yes,
kill
correct.
over?
in one word, yes.
I mean, like, if.
Sanderson's gonna kill Oliver. No, I'm saying yes,
Ol-
Josh. Sorry, and Joe.
Yeah, Oliver's
Are we
like.
ever going to see Matt and Tuon together again before the end of the next book?
Oh,
These
we
are good
better.
questions.
We've got to see them.
There's a weird
because-
Matt plays a song called Reunited and it feels so good.
Yeah, and then they shaboink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we meet Barriga.
And the Aiel.
He's only around for about a minute. No, about 10 minutes. He's stumbling. He's hurt. He's bleeding. Blood's gushing from his wounds. Meets these Aiel. These are not the traditional Aiel. These Aiel come up to him veiled, take off their veil to show filed down pointy teeth. They smile and stabby him.
Stabby stab.
Well,
The traditional way the Aiel is to veil your face before you kill.
This one unveils as they are killing.
Nice.
Yeah,
What are
this
your
guy's
thoughts about this?
have you heard my new single? And then stabs you.
It's like,
It
we're
looks a
opening
lot
for
like
two-
Gaul.
It ends saying these weren't Aiel, they were something else, something terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we have Rand. Rand is in his dream. He has complete autonomy of his dream. They're lucid and controlled. And he just likes hanging out by a river. He's just hanging out, and he hears a scream. He's like, "Wait a minute, man!
I didn't do that.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
You like to smoke your doobie?"
In a
No, Two Rivers to back. Dan.
Ryan, can you hit me?
Just hit him.
I wish I could
Smack
do the
him
three sometimes.
upside.
Ryan, I have 2 in one sentence, a rarity, and I want you to name which one you want, A or B. Got it?
Okay, Dan.
For
I'm
fuck's
ready.
sake.
I'll even do B
Yeah,
first.
yawn.
B is
Yawn.
the darkness swallowed him. Taishar. Or A. Rand entered the darkness. Taishar. What do you think? A or B?
I don't
Rand
like either
entered the
one.
darkness or
Also,
the darkness
I don't like
swallowed
your
him?
trickery of like being like, I'm doing B first.
I know.
That was B.
I know. I
All right, I'll
know.
say the.
Wink.
I challenge on a daily
All right,
hour,
I'm
minute
team
by minute
B.
basis. You're
All right,
team B.
Dan.
No,
I'm-
it's like
darkness
I gotta go
constantly
soon.
pay attention.
And
This,
then
or you
there's
will not
Lan.
get this right.
Sorry, Lan is
there's
looking.
there's
at
one more here.
Yep.
He breathed in deeply, and now I come.
Yes. Sit down, Josh. Sit up.
Rand sees Lanfear in his dream. He's like, and she's like, "Help me! He's killing me! He's got me! He's got me! He's got me! It's bad!" And then she's like, "No, no, no!" no," and gets sucked away. And
It's not
like,
Lantier. It's
The weird part is they
Mary
start
Arona.
fucking, and then Egwene shows up, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
she's like, "Are you fucking?"
Are you two fucking.
Oh my god! You having a horny dream?
Hormones. It sounded
Are you fucking?
fucking.
So it was,
Josh,
yeah,
sorry,
Mirren. He's like, "Hey, Mirren, what are you doing here? I thought you were dead. I saw you die." She's like, "Yeah, I wish." That was Lady Selene, aka Lanfear. And then there's Lan staring up at Tarwin's Gap. There's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Trollocs just like doing push-ups, getting hydrated. They're stretching. They're,
I can't. All I see are 80s leg warmers and a jazzercise class with, Lan staring up agape at all their crotches.
They're combing each other's
Their
hair.
Beautiful little, leotard
No pain, no gain.
thoughts.
And then we get a prophecy, a dark prophecy, y'all. And this prophecy is actually the last thing I kind of want to talk about because I know we got to go. But there is mention of the fallen blacksmith in this. There's the mention of the Midnight's Towers, and then the Lord of the Evening. Shall the Lord of the
It
Evening
was
come.
really cool to read. Okay, what did you, when you read this prophecy the first time, did you know what it was? Did you have to go back and read it again?
Oh no, I read it like 3 times. But what prophecy are you talking about?
The last 3 chapters of the book.
It's at the very end.
Which one? What?
The last 3 chapters, or the last 3 paragraphs of the book.
I was gonna say chapters.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah,
My
my brain's done. My brain's toast right now.
something huge. Okay.
It mentions, it says, in that day when the one-eyed fool travels the halls of mourning, and the first among vermin lifts his head to bring freedom to him, who will destroy the last day of the fallen blacksmith pride shall come. Yes, and the broken wolf, the one whose death is known, shall fall and be consumed by the midnight towers, and his destruction shall bring fear and sorrow to the heart of men, and shall shake their very will itself. So again, we have one-eyed fool.
Aaron's gonna
So
die.
Matt is the one-eyed fool. First
They're
among
gonna
vermin must be Rand, and the fallen's blacksmith's pride is Perrin.
Aaron.
So how is this what? So Matt losing his eye. We don't know when this prophecy is written. It could have been written
The fallen blacksmith
a century ago.
Saying Layla, his dead wife.
Yeah, Layla, the dead wife, the fallen back.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. That was the
No,
show.
that's a prophecy.
Oh, is that right?
Nope,
That's
nope,
quite the
nope.
prophecy. All right.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Way to call
No,
it.
no, Shoujo.
But that
Quite the
again
prophecy.
stands that people are prophesized. The guy, it runs true. I mean, Matt now has one eye.
Isn't Slayer the broken wolf? The one whom death has known?
Why would Slayer be that? Wouldn't Hopper be that?
Because no, Slayer smelled like both a wolf and a man to Perrin.
Ah.
I don't know.
Oh.
We could spend like an hour fucking interpreting just this one prophecy.
We could also spend an hour interpreting the puppet faces plus Joe and Carrie a little bit. And
Just trying not to say anything.
Joe's trying so hard. He's so trying.
Okay, as a follower of the Great Lord, I'll say this prophecy did not make me want to bend my knee.
Oh.
It didn't make you want to bend
Bend the knee. No.
You follow in spite of, not because.
Beg
of.
for your destruction is the last fucking line. Come on. That's just not enticing.
Let the screams begin, oh followers of the shadow.
Yeah, that's like when your company's mission statement's all weird. You're like, oh, great.
No.
Oh my god, that's like right before you totally decide to like stop making a really good TV show that everybody loves and has a really good connection with like community and shit.
Everybody.
Whoa, stop projecting.
What'd I say?
Nothing.
Huh?
No, we still have not gotten Josh's. Yeah, on Patreon, we'll have Josh's full review of season 3.
Oh, yeah.
It got better as it went. I'll put it that way.
Plus, him
That's what she
as a
said.
gif shitting on something that rhymes with pesos. What?
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
So that was book 13, guys. This is
We did it.
The next book is not as long as this book. Are
we taking a week off?
Yeah, I assume so. We always do.
Yeah, my cousin's coming into town next week. I'll need the week, please. Thank you.
Okay.
The book's in the mail to me, so.
Yeah, we'll take the week off.
What will we read for the first show? Do you know?
I'm assuming just the prologue. I think the prologue is about 60 pages.
Yeah.
And obviously the glossary, Josh. So
And the epilogue and all the maps. Are you guys? What are your thoughts? Where do you rank this book? High, low,
it's a
mid.
solid number 2 for me. Thank you.
Yeah, 1 or 2 for me in terms of books. I think all the Brandon Sanderson books take the cake for me.
Yeah.
It's because you don't remember The Great Hunt.
Which one is that? Book 1?
Josh remembers them all.
Book 2?
Josh does remember all of them.
Book
and
1 is
not
pretty fucking good, but I think that might be book 3 or 4 for me. The Great Hunt.
Shut up, Josh. Nobody cares about what you're saying.
What? Honey,
Nobody gives a
everyone.
shit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
My lips are
Hey,
sealed.
Josh, shut the fuck up, would you? Thanks for being on. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. Nobody gives a shit what you're saying anymore.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's fine.
Watch
Yes.
puppets react now. Yeah, no, it didn't even take that.
Get out of
I
here,
know,
Ozzy.
Whataholic.
I think
Ozzy.
Ozzy. No, Ozzy's trying to marry you. He just sort of vowed. He's
Can
like,
we
I
all
do
just say
too.
like congrats to everybody here that getting to 200?
Yeah.
Ryan,
Joe, you saucy little classy fucker, man. You're right. You're right as right.
Oh, let's see the deleted scene.
Take a
Absolutely.
compliment.
Oh, deleted scene.
Okay,
All right.
Jesus. All right.
Okay, you guys, I have to jet.
Good night,
I will
Gary.
See you later.
Gary.
Everybody.
Everyone, Carrie is still reporting her thoughts on all the chapters in our Discord. I really like this journal that you're doing, and I hope that you continue it. Everyone, check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I've been honestly referencing your notes. I mean, I don't know if you've been on it all, but yeah, like they're good notes. Good notes. Good notes.
Thanks.
Good notes.
Hashtag good notes.
You're a good reader, Carrie.
C and D. Those are good
You
notes.
guys enjoy the last book. It's awesome so far. So,
Good.
I'll,
Good to hear.
We love
Yeah,
you,
well-
Carrie. Here's
Bye, Carrie.
hit roll, and we'll see you guys next week.
I love you.
Run for your lives.
This is the way to live.
For Tom chuckled
We didn't even
and
talk
Maureen
about-
smiled again. The two of them soon lost interest in sporting with Matt, however, and turned to a soft discussion. That affection in their eyes was true. They did love one another. Light. How had Matt missed it? He felt like a man who had brought a hog to a horse race. He turned to make himself scarce and leave the two alone, but he froze. That was no deer in the bushes. It was too tall, too wide. Maureen gasped suddenly. "Channeling," she said, leaping to her feet as a bar of something white and brilliant cut through the air toward the camp. Matt cursed, rolling out of the way. It narrowly missed him. An older woman burst from the bushes. She had gray hair set with little ornaments, and she had the ageless face of an Aes Sedai. "You," Maureen said. "Cadswain." Cadswain cackled, letting loose another bar of balefire, but an unexpected knife thrown by Tom startled her, and she missed Maureen narrowly. "She must be one of the Forsaken!" Matt cried from beside a log where he'd thrown himself. "Forsaken!" Cadswain exclaimed. "I'm the Dark One!" "Not for long," Maureen said, casually waving her hand in the air. A gateway split the air right in the middle of Cadswain, chopping her in half. Instead of blood, a dark tar-like substance, stuck with beetles and dead flies, splurted onto the ground.
Oh!
"That was a tad easier than I thought it would be," Tom noted. "Yes," Maureen said, settling herself beside the fire. "But I'm certain it had Matt going for a moment or two." "Me?" Matt asked. "No," she said. "The other Matt. M-A-T-T. We should continue what we were doing." Matt scratched his head, but shrugged and continued on his way.
My God.
He went to scout the area where their gateway was supposed to appear. It had better. They had no supplies, and Matt did not fancy flagging down a ship and riding the long way back to Camelin.
This cannot even be true.
That is so great.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's really good.
Amazing.
Best thing I've ever heard.
All right, guys. Until next book, season 14 awaits. Run for your lives.